And what's good, everybody? Glad to have you guys back on the stream tonight. Special live stream on the channel going down. This will be NFL football action. The Dallas Cowboys on the road taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota, the home team tonight at US Bank Stadium. And a news update right here is that the Cowboys will be without their key quarterback tonight, Dak Prescott, as he's still recovering from injury suffered in the last game before the bye week against the Patriots. The final play of the game, Prescott was rolling to his right through the game-winning touchdown pass, and he got injured on that pass, as the injury happened to be a calf injury. And then he was questionable heading into this matchup, and then looks like right now Prescott will not play tonight. So in place of Dak Prescott getting his first career start in the NFL, it's going to be Cooper Rush under center tonight at quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. He has only thrown 3 attempted passes in the NFL. He is just 1 for 3 for 2 total passing yards entering tonight, as he won the backup quarterback spot in the preseason over Garrett Gilbert. What's good, Vaughn, Warren? Glad to have you guys in the stream once again tonight. Hopefully it should be a good game. The Cowboys coming in top of the NFC East, 5-game winning streak, 5-1 record. Both of these teams coming off of overtime victories. The Cowboys had Week 7 off due to a bye week. They last won over the Patriots 2 weeks ago in overtime, 35-29. They get the number 1 offense in the NFL. Minnesota, they can move the ball well as well. And they're also coming off an overtime victory. And they had a bye week in Week 7 also. So their last game on the road at Carolina got the victory in overtime, 34-28. Kirk Cousins to KJ Osborne for the game-winning touchdown in OT. And the Vikings enter this matchup on a 2-game winning streak. So hopefully it should be a good game. Glad to have you guys be a part here once again tonight on the channel. What's good, Vegas? Welcome to the stream, man. Yeah, I know there's like a lot of stuff going on tonight. I know World Series is going on tonight. There's like a ton of stuff going on tonight for sports. World Series just started. Astros Braves just started. Top of the first inning. Yeah, I want to cover more college basketball games after this week. It's whatever's going to come on TV that I'm able to get. I know college basketball came a lot on, I think Tuesday night is the nationally televised games that they usually have for Tuesday night. So whatever the ones I'm able to get through ESPN are usually the ones that I'll cover. Yeah, I plan on covering the opening night one on Tuesday, November 9th. The 2 games, Kentucky versus Duke and Michigan State versus Kansas. What's good, Jeff? Welcome on the stream. Thanks so much for being a part once again. I hope all is going well. Glad to have you back on the stream. Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's like a college basketball like schedule of games or so. I think a lot of the dates are still like TBD. To be announced for dates right now. They do have like a good amount of national TV games, but some of those games are extremely late. I saw that Villanova plays the game, I think it's against UCLA, and the game doesn't tip off till like 10:30 at night, or yeah, I think it's like 10:30 at night on a Friday night on that night. And then I saw Michigan plays UNLV, and that game is a nationally televised game. That's in later November, and that game doesn't tip off till 12:30 in the morning. So yeah, they do have some of the games for college basketball that they do have for national TV I saw, but some of the tip-off times are quite crazy. Yeah, we're 9 days away. I just released my top 25 predictions, 2 videos today, so if anybody hasn't already done so, make sure to check them out as well. Yeah, Dallas is going to be without Dak Prescott tonight. So I'm going to take Minnesota tonight. Minnesota needs a game-altering type of victory here to turn up their season. For Minnesota, they're second in their division behind Green Bay at the moment for Minnesota. So I'm going to take Minnesota tonight in this game. They're at home, and Cooper Rush is going to get the start. Dak headed into this matchup questionable, and Dak will not play tonight as the last pass he threw against the Patriots 2 weeks ago, he got injured on that pass that he threw, the touchdown pass, and he was limited this week due to a calf injury and announced that he won't be playing tonight. What's good, Playboy Brian? Welcome back to the stream, man. I think we're just going to get rolling here in just a moment. Almost there to kick off. Von looking for Justin Jefferson to get him some big-time fantasy points. Looking for 24, it looks like. I think he's got an opportunity tonight, especially with his Dallas secondary right here. That they've been vulnerable. Trayvon Diggs has played amazing. Looks like he's going to get Defensive Player of the Year the first part of the season. But they've been vulnerable to big playability giving up this season in the secondary. Hey, happy Halloween to you guys as well. Brian, welcome to the stream. Yeah, that's pretty bad for the Celtics. The defense has just been awful. This is just so odd for this season. So I put in the eliminator today. I put the Bengals over the Jets. That didn't happen, so I got eliminated today. And also the Bucks lost against the Saints. So yeah, a couple upsets in there today that not a whole lot took as far as like predicting games or so. The Dolphins were hanging around with the Bills for quite a bit today. All right, so the Vikings will get the kickoff to start things off. They have it teed up, getting ready to go into the kickoff. If you guys are doing the stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. As Dallas kicks this football away with Zerline, the kick drifts all the way back to the end zone, and the Vikings will take over starting at their own 25. Minnesota going right to left on the field to start things off. Their quarterback, Kirk Cousins, coming out. 13 touchdown passes to just 2 interceptions, over 1,700 passing yards thrown this season. Leading wideout, Justin Jefferson, he's got 542 receiving yards through 3 touchdown catches. Hey, thanks so much, Jeff. Appreciate it, man. I'll see you later, bud. 1st and 10 in the ace formation. They got Conklin, the tight end, in motion, now towards the left. Cousins takes the snap, play action, rolls out to his left. Cousins pump fake, he'll scramble for it. As he takes it past the 25 to the 30, swung down around the 31-yard lines. Tackle made by Micah Parsons, gain of 6. Yeah, I think for this season that Xavier is going to be a sleeper type of team. I put him up. Yeah, so I put him up at 23 on my video, and I would have had them a little bit further up if Zach Fremantle had been healthy for this whole season. I just heard that yesterday that it was announced that he's going to start off the season missing around the first month or so. They got a couple of key non-conference games against top 25 teams in there in the first month. That's a run up the middle by Cook, gain of 2, and the carry brings up about a 3rd and short. So, yeah, they only lost 2 players, and basically their top 8 scorers are back. So, yeah, they're being slept on a ton for Xavier. What's good, Braden? Welcome back on the stream, man. 3rd and 2 coming up for the Vikings. Cousins from the gun. Cook lines up to his right side. Ball spotted at their own 33-yard line. Cousins takes the snap, back to pass in the pocket, launches deep down the right sideline. It is soaring up for the grab, and that is complete to the tight end, Tyler Conklin, and he moves the chains on a 1st and 10. 101 coverage working on Jayon Kearse in the secondary. There's a penalty flag down, though. We'll take a look at the call. And this will be defensive holding by Dallas. Penalty declined, automatic 1st down, and the catch either way by Minnesota. A tight end lining up down the far sideline, and Tyler Conklin, what a catch. First and 10, Minnesota, ball spotted inside Dallas territory at the Cowboys' 36-yard line. Screen pass to the left side complete. Past the 35, swung down around the 33. Pick up a 3, goes to the first catch of the game made by Justin Jefferson. So 2nd and 7 now. Cousins going to go with a little bit of trickery. Jefferson looking to throw as he will deep down the right sideline, and that is short, incomplete. Looking for Thielen crossing from the left to the right of the field. Dallas' secondary read it extremely well as they try to do some razzle-dazzle here early on for Minnesota, but Jefferson was covered in the backfield being pressured. Forced out to his right, and he threw it downfield short. Third and 7. From the gun, Cousins at the 33 of Dallas. Takes the snap back to pass in the pocket. Launches deep down the left sideline. That is incomplete, broken up by Trayvon Diggs. A penalty flag is down, though. Diggs looks like he was holding all over Jefferson as Cousins is moving up, and this should be automatic 1st down off a pass interference by Dallas. And it is. Diggs with a PI penalty keeps the drive alive. Yeah, I just typed that in right there with the Jake Peter thing. That's interesting that they got a emoji for him, it looks like. What's good, Tyler? Welcome to the stream once again. Glad to have you back on the channel. All right, so it's going to be a 2nd and 11 here for Minnesota. 12 minutes left to go in the first. Football at the 20-yard line. So they rolled it a holding penalty, not pass interference. Cousins takes a snap, pump fake, looks left, fires left side. He's open inside of 5, cutting to the end zone. Touchdown. 20-yard touchdown catch to start things off in the first drive. It is Adam Thielen. A 7-play drive, 75 yards. 3 minutes and 11 seconds off the clock, and the Vikings strike first tonight at home. Kirk Cousins fools the Cowboys defense with a pump fake. He's got Thielen bunched up, lined up far left side next to Conklin to his right. And just soft coverage being played by Dallas off the pump fake. Gets the secondary to bite. Finds him across the left side of the hashes. Cuts towards his right into the end zone for the touchdown. Extra point by Joseph. It is through the uprights and a quick 7-zip lead for Minnesota with 11:49 left to play in the first quarter. What's good? Bradley back in the stream. Welcome in. Yeah, so Vegas saw that I put UConn at number 31 there. Yeah, I think losing Book Night, I feel like that was a major loss for UConn because that was basically a lot of the scoring production that went through UConn last season, went through Book Night. And then during that stretch that he got injured, it was about a month or so, they were trying to just hold on to be in tournament contention at that point because they had a loss against St. John's, I remember, on MLK Day. And they had a couple other losses that put them closer to the bubble at the point when they had lost without Book Night. And then he got back, and then he was able to take his team on the upswing late in the season once again. What's good, Nathan? Welcome to the stream, man. So right now we go to the media timeout. 7-zip Vikings. Kirk Cousins perfect 3 for 3 in the first drive. 54 total passing yards, resulting in a 20-yard touchdown pass to Adam Thielen to start things off. Tyler Conklin had the first catch down the right sideline, a reception of 31. And then Justin Jefferson, a gain of 3 and a screen pass. So far, Dalvin Cook, 2 carries just for 1 rushing yard. So far, Kirk Cousins had a carry of 6. We'll see Dallas get the football coming up after the timeout. If you haven't already done so, feel free to vote in the poll if you like as well. Cowboys or Vikings, who do you got tonight in this game? Quick update is that if you haven't already heard, Dak Prescott has been rolled out tonight. He suffered a calf injury in the last play against the Patriots 2 weeks ago in overtime. Limited this week in practice, but decided not to play today for this one, as it will be Cooper Rush who will get his first ever career start at QB. He has only attempted 3 passes at the NFL level. So Joseph will boot this football away. This kick is a deep one, drifting all the way to the back of the end zone. Not returnable, and Dallas will start things off with their own 25. So here comes out Cooper Rush this week in place of Dak Prescott. Number 1 offense heading into tonight with the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, Brian liking the prediction videos. Glad to hear, man. What's good, Nick on the stream? Welcome back in. Yes, I'll be streaming college basketball. First snap, handoff up the middle. Elliott gets a hole as he's able to escape for about a gain of 8. And it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 2. Great run to start things off for the Cowboys. Their first possession of the game. It was straight up the middle on the plunge. So Cooper Rush beating out Garrett Gilbert in the preseason. Only 3 NFL career passes. Hasn't thrown a pass in over 4 years in the NFL in an actual game. 2nd and 2. This will be his first pass in over 4 years. And he completes it. It's a short out towards the left sideline. It's good for about a gain of 4 to Amari Cooper. Moves the chains. Yeah, that's got to be scary right there. Best of luck to that person who's traveling to those countries. Tyson, Kane, Kevin, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for the update. Wow. The Braves can seal the deal tonight with a grand slam at the bottom of the first, 4-0. Thanks so much for the update, man. 1st and 10, Dallas. They have it at the 38 inside their own territory. Handoff to Elliott. He gets swung around. Picks up a positive gain, though. Gain of 2. Looked like he should have been met in the backfield for no gain. Able to turn it into a positive yardage. Yeah, I picked Drew Timme, number 1 in the fantasy college basketball draft. He's coming in as the preseason pick to win the National Player of the Year. 2nd and 8 coming up at their own 40-yard line. From the ace formation, rush, play action, back to pass. Passes underneath, complete to Elliott. Past the 45, chopped up around the 47-yard line. Bouncing off a tackler. This is going to be close to a first. Just taking the short underneath stuff so far with 2 completed passes by Cooper Rush for 13 total yards. And that will be a first down. Right at the marker, it's a 1st and 10. So Elliott with a catch of 8, Cooper with a first catch of 5. And now Rush in the offense with the ball just shy of midfield. Going empty backfield, 5 wide. Takes a snap, Rush. Looks left, fires across the middle. That is dropped, incomplete for his tight end, Blake Jarwin. There's a penalty flag down, though. Jarwin was hit down low. And this is a free play. Minnesota picks up the 5-yard penalty. It's on the defense. Offsides by... So that is offsides by Minnesota. Everson Griffin, the one who commits the offsides penalty. That's a free 5 yards. So now the ball past midfield for Dallas. Ball spotted at the 47-yard line of Vikings territory. 1st and 5 now for the Cowboys. Rush takes a snap handoff. Up the middle, Pollard able to get enough as he spins. Diving forward to the 40. That is good for a rush of 7. 1st and 10, Dallas. Once again, that's the 2nd rushing play that they've been able to break through for a couple more extra yardage off the 2nd effort. Elliott had one that it looked like he should have been back to the line of scrimmage, got a gain of 2 off of it, and here's Tony Pollard. Bouncing off a tackler with his own blocker, number 63, was in the way right there to help him out with Tyler Beard as his center. 1st and 10, ball spotted just behind the 40-yard line. Rush, handoff. Up the middle, Pollard. He makes a cut and takes it for about a gain of 2 as he's met by purple jerseys. What's good, Selena, behind the Arc fan? Welcome back to the stream. Yeah, that country I would not want to visit, Vaughn. The one that went to the north. That country is scary. Yusuf, welcome to the stream once again. 8 minutes left to play in the first quarter. 2nd and 8 coming up for the Cowboys. They have it at the 39-yard line of Minnesota territory. Rush takes a snap, play action. Back to pass, fires towards the right side. That is complete at the 23. And knocked down for 2 more yards around the 21. The first catch of the night to CeeDee Lamb. And it's good for an 18-yard gain and moves the chains. Nice cut right here by Lamb to come back to the football. On the one-on-one coverage on the outside, working on Bashar Breeland. And able to just come back to the football, diving forward, making the catch, and picking up an 18-yard grab. Just shy midfield rush. Hand off. This one's going to get flagged down, though. It's going to be false start in the offense. Oh, yeah. Really, really scary up there. Don't want to go there. 7 minutes left to go in the first. 1st and 15 now for the Cowboys. They have it at the 27-yard line of Minnesota. Rush, 5 wide from the gun. Takes a snap, fires. Pass deflected, and this ball is almost intercepted. In and out of the hands, diving to the ground of number 21, Breeland, who just missed the coverage 2 plays ago on Lamb, and he had it in and out of his hands, incomplete. Intended for Amari Cooper. Looked like it was tipped at the line of scrimmage. Went behind Cooper, and Breeland should have had that one as a pick. That's simple right there. Just goes off his chest, sliding down to the ground. 2nd and 15 for Dallas. 3 receivers bunched up to the left, 1 to the right. That is Lamb at the bottom part of the screen. Rush fires to Lamb with a slant complete at the 20. And picks up about 7 of those yards back, and this will bring up a 3rd down and long. So this drive's gone on for over 5 minutes right now. A lot of the underneath stuff the defense is taking, allowing Cooper Rush to go with. Rush on this drive, 4 for 5, 38 passing yards. Longest pass of 17 complete to Lamb. 3rd and 7. Rush goes back up to the huddle. Now drops back into the gun. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Elliott in the backfield. Rush takes a snap, pocket collapsing, and he gets sacked. Dropped back at the 25-yard line. Loss of 5 on the play. First sack of the night for Minnesota. And it is by Eric Kendricks, number 54. The middle linebacker coming through. Right to Cooper Rush from behind to drop him down at the 25. So here comes on Greg Zuerlein, 12 of 15 this season. He's got a long of 56. 80% from field goal range, a 43-yard kick from the right hash for Zuerlein. The snap, the hold, the field goal as this is drifting well wide to the left, and it is no good. Not even close by Zuerlein. Used to be Greg the Leg, but right there. Greg the Leg way too far to the left of the uprights. Inside a dome as well. So we'll go right back to the timeout. Minnesota will take things over around their own 30-yard line, coming back from action with a 7-0 lead for the Vikings, and the Cowboys with nothing on the board in their first drive. Over 5 minutes on the drive and nothing to show for. Oh, that's awesome. Behind the arc fans got a pretty good fancy basketball team, looks like. Picked up a bunch of freshmen right there. What's good, man and Hates in the stream? Welcome in. Glad to have you back on the channel. Yeah, he missed it wide left in a dome, and he was kicking from the right hash. He's got no wind. He just angled that one poorly. Yeah, for the fantasy basketball, I saw that there was players that got picked up in the NBA draft that was in the fantasy draft. I saw a couple players like Sandro Mamakhalashvili. He was in the fantasy draft. I saw quite a bit, like players that like graduated that's not even playing anymore. I think somebody picked up Nashawn Highland because he went to the NBA. He played at VCU, and he went to the NBA. I think somebody picked up Mamu too. I think that I can't believe that they didn't like clear out the database for that, because there was just so many names there. Like even with myself covering college basketball throughout the season, like the majority of these names I haven't even like heard of before with all these players, because there's so many, like the top scorers from some of the conferences. Because I picked up, for one of the players, I picked up Antoine Davis from Detroit Mercy, and he's been like one of the top scorers like the past like 2 seasons or so. Yeah, things going pretty well. Wishing you guys a happy Halloween as well. All right, so Minnesota's going to take over just in front of their own 30-yard line. Cousins takes a snap, hand off to Cook. Big burst of speed past the 40. He makes a cut to the left of the numbers inside the 45, chopped up around the 48-yard line in Minnesota territory. That's a carry good for 16 to start things off by Cook. So Dalvin Cook now up to 17 rushing yards on 3 carries. 1st and 10, just shy of midfield. Quick screen to the right side, complete to Thielen. And he is met at midfield. Gain of 2 on the catch. First one to tackle him, Anthony Brown, corner for Dallas. And this will bring up a 2nd down and 8. Second and long for the Vikings. They have the football around midfield. From the ace formation with Cousins. Cook in the backfield. Cousins, play action. Back to pass, draws back, airs out a deep ball down the right sideline. He is open. Diving out off the outstretched fingertips. It is incomplete of Justin Jefferson. One that Jefferson should have had in the bag all night, all day. And he slows up in his route down the right sideline. And the pass falls incomplete. What happened here? Brown just lost him in coverage, and then Jefferson one tad of a slow up. And he has to dive out to catch the football, and it just goes out off of his outstretched fingertips, diving forward inside the 20-yard line, and it falls incomplete. That is one that Cousins, for sure, desperately would love to have back. He slowed up for a step or two, and that's what made it, instead of a clear catch, a diving ball off the fingertips, incomplete. The Cowboys got lucky there. And Minnesota has to burn a timeout. They weren't able to get back up to the line of scrimmage and get the play call off in time. 3rd and 7. So Dallas is allowing the 4th most yards passing through the NFL this season. 419 allowed through coverage inside the secondary. Even though Trayvon Diggs is leading the NFL in interceptions. Minnesota has the football at the 49 of Dallas from the gun. Cousins takes a snap back to pass in the pocket. Pressure coming, pump fake, escapes one player and throws over the hands. That's incomplete. Not on the same page as Tyler Conklin, and they're going to have to punt the football away. Cousins cannot believe it. Cousins just lets this pass sail way too high, and Conklin was open in the flat. So that is 2 passes that he would love to have back. One more so, it was on Jefferson slowing up in his route as he was wide open down the right sideline, but that's one you got to hit him right in the chest, and he overthrows it, soaring over the outstretched fingertips at the top of the jump. This is a nice punt, angled inside the 10-yard line. We'll see where the referee spots this one at the 5-yard line. That's where things will start off for Dallas. Terrific punt right there by Jordan Berry. So coming back out of the timeout, Dallas will have their 2nd drive of the game. First one resulted in a missed field goal by Greg Zuerlein. 7 Minnesota, 0 Dallas, with 3:50 left to go in the first. Cowboys lucky that this game's not out of hand right now. That should have been a touchdown grab by Jefferson. So extremely lucky to stay in this game. If you're new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Right now, we're just on a timeout. Cooper Rush, first drive, 4 for 5 passing. 38 total passing yards. He's taking whatever the defense is giving him, the short and underneath stuff that he is passing. He did have his longest pass, gain of 17, to CeeDee Lamb. He made a great adjustment cutting back to the football down the right sideline. Let's see here. Which country I would like to visit someday? I heard that Panama's really nice. I'd like to go over there. That'd be pretty nice. I like the Caribbean countries too. I've heard are good. I've never been to the Bahamas before. I bet it's really nice though. I know a lot of people that have like Portuguese descent from the Azores, and they go frequently. They fly to and from to the Azores. We get back to action. Dallas starts at their own 5-yard line. Rush, handoff to Elliott, cuts towards his right. And he goes for about a gain of 2 as he gets wrapped up by Nick Vigil, the first one to meet him there. And this will bring up a 2nd down and long. It's about a 2nd and 7 for the Cowboys. At the 8-yard line of their own territory. Rush under center in the ace formation. Elliott in the backfield. 2 receivers lined up to the left side. Rush handoff to the right side to Elliott. He makes a cut up. And forward progress will get him to around a gain of 12. So 4-yard gain. It's going to bring up about a 3rd and 3. So looking to extend the drive right here for Dallas. Crucial 3rd down coming up deep in their own territory. Around their own 12-yard line. Be a 3rd and short. Draw play up the middle to Elliott. 2nd effort gets him right there. Diving across the pile for momentum. Gets him enough for the 16. Hey, there you go, Monaco. Yeah, that'll be a nice one to go to. And yeah, I can only imagine if you're from internationally, I bet like everybody would love to go to the US. Two minutes left to go in the first quarter. Rush from the gun, takes the snap. Play action, back to pass, fires towards the left side, and coming back to the football, that's complete to Lamb. Gets the 1st down out of bounds. And he moves the chains. Great catch by CeeDee Lamb, making another comeback move to the football. Catches this ball around the 32. Turns it upfield down the left sideline. They have it around their own 37. Rush in the bootleg towards his right. He's going to keep it. Rush down the right sideline. Out of bounds just shy of the 40. Pick up a 2. Yeah, it was sloppy today, but the Patriots able to get things done. They're getting better and better and better. I like what I'm seeing. The defense looked terrific today. Adrian Phillips, it was the former Chargers who basically won the game for the Patriots. Adrian Phillips, he had 2 interceptions. He had the pick 6. And then Hunter Henry was the one on the special teams hands unit, able to recover the onside kick so the Patriots could win the game. Here's a rush past tacklers. Tony Pollard, gain of 9 as he takes it to around the 46-yard line. That's at Dallas territories. The clock winds down, under 1 minute left to play in the first. Yeah, New Zealand would be a good one. Right there. Australia, England, Canada, New Zealand. Yeah. The UAE too. 3rd and 1 coming up. Rush. Tosses right side, tries to get the edge, and he will. 1st down, Pollard, gain of 2 on the 3rd and 1. Runs out of bounds just shy of midfield. What's good, Louie? Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you back on the channel, man. And we have closed out the end of the first quarter. Clock has run down to zeros here at the end of one. Dallas 0, Minnesota 7. The Cowboys, though, with the football once again just shy of midfield, coming up as we move into the media timeout before the second quarter begins. Lone touchdown pass was on the first drive. It was Kirk Cousins' 20-yard touchdown pass up the middle of the field to Adam Thielen. And that's been the difference so far in this game. Dallas, they had the opportunity. They had the football inside the red zone, and then Rush took a sack, and they had to kick a... I think it was around like a 48-yard field goal attempt from the right hash, and Greg Zuerlein missed it as it sailed wide left. What's good, Bill in the stream? Welcome in. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I would expect that. So Mac Jones, he's the top rookie quarterback by far this season. And second place looks like for rookie of the year. Yeah, Jamar Chase has had an incredible season. I think the Patriots going to turn it around, though. They get a favorable schedule coming up. A couple quarterbacks that's playing either injured or dinged up coming up in the next few weeks. Okay, so Sam Darnold, he left the game today for Carolina due to a concussion, so his status up in the air for next Sunday right now with Sam Darnold. So Carolina coming off a victory today against Atlanta. The Patriots got the Panthers coming up next, and then they get the Browns after that. And then I saw that, oh man, that image was bad. Matt Ryan's hand from earlier today, it was bleeding. They have, after that, a Thursday night football game against the Falcons. So those are three games right there that they can certainly get for the Patriots before they play against Tennessee. That one's going to be a tough one. That's in late November when they take on Tennessee. What's good, Ian on the stream? Welcome in, man. Glad to have you back on the channel. Yeah, no problem. Wishing you the best of luck with everything. Hope all is going well. Going back to school and also with work you've got. So we're going to start off second quarter. Dallas with the football. They go right to left in the field, just shy of midfield. Rush, handoff up the middle. Elliott rumbles past midfield to around the 47-yard line. That's about a pickup of 5 in the carry. Michael, welcome to the stream, man. Thanks so much for being a part again in the channel. Oh, yeah, he's a terrific pass rusher for Matthew Judon. Yeah, the pass rush is starting to come alive lately. And the offensive line is by far miles better than what it was in the season opener. It is passed by Rush, tipped and intercepted across the middle of the field. And diving forward, returns it to the 40-yard line. That is an interception from Minnesota by Xavier Woods. So Cooper Rush, first ever NFL career start. He throws this one in a double coverage. First one to tip by Harrison Smith. Right place, right time. 22. Smith tips it into the hands of Woods, 23. Picks off the football in Minnesota with a 7-0 lead. Looking to build on it coming up with a football in the early second. Poor decision right there by Cooper Rush. Minnesota is one of these teams that's going to make it interesting for them, whether they can break through into the wild card hunt. Because they played a really difficult schedule so far this season. Lost in their season opener by a field goal to Cincinnati. Lost by 1 against Arizona. They started out the season 0-2. Ever since they're 3-1, they lost by a touchdown against Cleveland. So that is 3 losses by Minnesota this season that they have lost by 11 points combined. so far. They've played 5 close games out of the 6. Their only game that was decided by two scores, that was the 13-point victory over the Seahawks. And they still got a tough schedule coming up from Minnesota as well, what they have. They would have to split most likely against Green Bay in order to be into the playoffs. What's good, Danny, on the stream? Welcome in. I just didn't really have one for this year, so. Air Force One on the stream. What's good? Welcome back in. Yeah, Christian Barmore has been really good too. Those two have been great as far as providing the pressure in the QB. There's been a couple passes in the last drive that Kirk Cousins really wanted back, and this game could have right now been 14-0, as it was Justin Jefferson. He was wide open on the last drive, just slowed up in his route, diving forward. The ball went off his fingertips. And this game could be right now 14-0. The Cowboys lucky it's just 7-0. Minnesota starts off at their own 40-yard line. Cousins dumps it off underneath. That is to the fullback, C.J. Ham. Stiff arms a man and gets dragged down for about a gain of 3 on the catch. Tackle is made by Keanu Neal. First one to get there. Jose, what's good? Welcome to the stream, man. Hope all is going well. Yeah, things going pretty well. Happy Halloween to you guys. First and 10, Cousins. Handoff. Cook is met immediately at the line of scrimmage. Ripped down. That is Chauncey Golston, the one who just puts down Dalvin Cook for no gain. Second and 10 at their own 45-yard line. Empty backfield for Minnesota. Cousins from the gun. Takes the snap. Back to pass in the pocket. Pump fake. Slides to his right. Throws. That is complete at the 50. Gain of 5 in the catch as it goes to the tight end, Conklin. Crossing route from the right to left of the field. Ooh. I think they do have a chance tonight to get to 1.5 touchdowns for Dallas, because I feel like Minnesota is just going to keep on scoring, and Dallas will eventually have to start scoring. So I think they'll get there. This pass fires, and the ball just gets jarred loose, and looks like it's going to be ruled incomplete. KJ Osborne dropped football at the sticks, and it's going to result in a 4th down. Kyle, welcome in. I think he just had a bad game. He had that mostly in the first half for Mac Jones. He was making a lot of passes that we haven't seen him do this season that much for him. Fourth and 5. This ball gets punted away by Jordan Berry, the punter. Right side of the numbers is return. Slips past the tackle to the 15. And tackle diving forward around to the 20-yard line. That's a pickup around 10 on the return by Cedric Wilson Jr. So Dallas coming back onto the field after the media break here. We have 12:34 left to go in the second. And the Cowboys still in this game. It's just 7-0. So end of the second, looks like the Braves up against the Astros, that grand slam in the first. And 4-2. What's good? Love all, not just some. Welcome to the stream once again. Sorry to hear about that with your day there. Hopefully things will get... Oh, there you go. So very fun. Actually, if it was very fun, that's good to hear right there. Glad to hear. Yeah, happy Halloween to you guys as well. Yeah, I hope he gets it, Kyle. For Rookie of the Year. He's by far been the best quarterback. And the big pass for him was that 2-point conversion pass today that he had. Late in the game after the interception, 22-17, and he was patient with the football, looking for Jacoby Myers to cross to the middle of the end zone from right to left, and he saw that Myers was able to get open. I think they had that play earlier in the game, and they couldn't convert on it. It was at the goal line that they had a third down and goal at the goal line. They couldn't convert to it, but they went back to that same play later in the game, and it paid off. And then the Patriots were up at that time, 24-17, and then they added in the field goal, 27-17. Ended up winning by a field goal today. Yes, I think the Packers going to be in the playoffs. First and 10 for Dallas at their own 20. It'll be a 2-yard gain by Elliott as he gets met by a sea of purple jerseys. Yeah, Green Bay was impressive on Thursday. I like to see them more against stiffer competition, though, in Sunday games, when other teams have a full week to prepare instead of an earlier week. Because still, the Packers haven't had a strong schedule to start off, though. They're coming off an incredible win. Second and 8 coming up from the gun. Takes a snap. Pump fake rush. He fires deep down the right sideline. Open, and this one is caught at midfield by Amari Cooper. Taken down and moving the football. That is about a 28-yard reception right there for Amari Cooper. I'm going to take the Bucs right now. So even though Tampa Bay lost today against the Saints, that was shocking. I feel like Tampa Bay once again is going to figure it out and be back in the Super Bowl. Here's a run up the middle on the draw. 2-yard gain to Elliott. He rushes to about the 46 in Minnesota territory. Yeah, my prediction for the Super Bowl currently is going to be Bucs against Bills, is what I have. It's just it's so wide open once again because it's just so random. All these upsets that's happened today. I actually took the Bengals in the Eliminator Challenge over the Jets, and that didn't happen. It's just so odd. I think right now the Patriots are going to be like the final team in the wild card. Here's a HB toss right side to the 45. Pick up about 2 to Elliott. Yeah, Minnesota's got a chance to be one of the final wild card teams. They played all close games this season, and they've got a brutal schedule coming up after this. 2 games on the road against AFC opponents, at the Ravens, at the Chargers, and then they'll take on the Packers, their first game against Green Bay. The Saints are one of those teams that they're just putting together the most random resume every single week. Crushing the Packers in week 1, beating the Bucs today as this is a run to the right side at the 40. Diving forward, looks like he's got enough for the first down. That is Pollard. Great second effort as he needed to get to the 39. Looks like he did on the 3rd and 6, and that should be enough. Great second effort by Pollard. Bouncing right off of Breeland, diving forward right at the marker. That's good for a gain of 6 in the first down. I've actually never done wrestling before for a live stream. 1st and 10. Cowboys have had more total yards than the Vikings, 139 to 84. More first downs, 9 to 5. They just haven't been able to put it into the end zone. And their first drive stalled out on a missed field goal. Here's a rush to Pollard towards his right. Tackle from behind. Forward progress gets him around 2 on the rush. So Pollard getting the totes currently right now. He's up to 6 carries for 25. Elliott with 8 carries for 31. Second and 8. Rush from the gun. 2 receivers to his left, 1 to the right. Takes a snap. Rush. Fires. That is complete this time around. Caught by the tight end, Dalton Schultz. Gain of around 6, and it's going to bring up about a 3rd down and short coming up. So taking the stuff that's underneath right now for the Cowboys with their quarterback Cooper Rush, 7 for 9, 91 passing yards. And when he went downfield at one time across the middle of the field, that was an interception. He threw in a double coverage. But when he throws outside in numbers tonight, he's completed some of these passes outside in numbers. Like a ball he completed for 20 to CeeDee Lamb, also had a 29-yard catch by Amari Cooper. So outside the numbers, he's had a couple of attempts, and he's been able to convert just like that. That's a first down. Down the near sideline, Cedric Wilson Jr. Mainly a kick returner for Dallas, but gets the 3rd down catch and moves the chains. Inside Minnesota territory now around their 25. That's a nice ball thrown by Rush. Just seeing the outside and the numbers, one-on-one coverage. He sees the out route, picks up the first down. 1st and 10 out to 24 Minnesota territory. In the ace formation. Rush. Handoff up the middle. Elliott. He gets spin move. And dragged down from behind. Pickup of about 4 to the 20. First one to tackle him, Xavier Woods, the one who got the interception in the last drive. This drive has gone on for a lengthy time as well. Almost 6 minutes. 9 plays, 60 yards for the Cowboys. Approaching the 6.5-minute mark left to go in the second quarter. Cowboys back into the ace formation. Elliott in the backfield behind the quarterback Rush. 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Rush takes the snap, drops back. Dumps it off underneath, incomplete. Looking for Elliott. Dangerous pass right there as Elliott was just on a little crosser, and he threw the ball with some hot heat right to Elliott when Elliott wasn't even a yard downfield right in front of him. He was just right there with a defender in his face, and the whole defensive line was right next to him to the left side of Elliott. 3rd and 6 coming up. 6:16 left to go in the second. Rush from the gun. Inside the red zone at the 20 of Minnesota. Rush takes a snap, fires. This ball, it's overthrown. And behind Cooper, incomplete. And they'll have to settle for a field goal. Greg Zuerlein missed his first field goal tonight on drive number 1. Wide to the left from the right hash. That's a tough ball thrown. That should have never been thrown on a slant route to Amari Cooper. He was being held onto right from behind as well. There was no call, though, by the referees. So miss from the right hash. Here we go for the left hash. Snap the hold and kick in. This time it's through the uprights. So Dallas finally scores on the board. They put 3 on the scoreboard with 6:09 left to go in the second. Greg Zuerlein with a field goal. And Minnesota's only scored on drive number 1 tonight. They'll have the football coming up after the switch here between teams on the field. Yeah, Vikings got away with one right there. A lot of holding on the last play. They're lucky. Yeah, Cooper Rush hasn't had a bad night despite that one interception that he's thrown. He threw, it was the last 2 passes he threw incomplete. Those have been the worst reads that he has thrown all game long. The one that he threw, the double coverage that was intercepted. And then in that last drive where they had to settle for a field goal, he went for one just underneath to Elliott, who wasn't even close to being open, for like a 1-yard pass. And it was just way too strong of a pass from like where Rush was to Elliott. It wasn't even like where he was like closely defended, so he tried to fit into like a tight window, and there was just nothing there. And then the last ball he threw, it was behind Cooper. It was dangerous. It was in the double coverage. He was lucky that wasn't picked off. They had to settle for a field goal though because of that. 7-3 now to score. The Vikings have had opportunities themselves to make this a further contest so far, and Kirk Cousins has missed a couple of his passes, one of them sailing out in the flat to a wide open Tyler Conklin. Another ball, it looked more on Justin Jefferson. Jefferson slowed up down the right sideline, and the pass was off the outstretched fingertips of Jefferson a couple of drives ago. It would have been a touchdown grab, most likely. But it just seems like Minnesota should have a lot more points on the board right now. I can't believe this game's 7-3. Well, yeah, that is weird right there. Utah has been something special this season. The Jazz holding the Bucks to 95 points. I think this could be the year for Utah that they break through and win the title. You get back to action. Line drive kick sails to the back of the end zone. And the Vikings will take over starting at their own 25. Oh man, that's too bad for him. That's unfortunate. He forgot to set his lineup. Yeah, I can see how you miss forgetting to set your lineup for like fantasy basketball. Because every single day you have to make sure your lineup's set. Here's a rush to the right side for Cook. He gets around 2. Under 6 minutes left to play before halftime. Second and 8 coming up, base formation. Cousins, handoff up the middle of Cook as he rushes towards his left to the 30. That's a gain of 3, brings up a 3rd down and 5. So look for Minnesota to go to the air here. 3rd and 5 coming up. The Vikings just 5 first downs, 2 of those passing. They've got 2 first downs through penalties. 3rd and 5 with 5 minutes left to go before halftime. Cousins, empty backfield, takes a snap, fires. This ball is incomplete. Looking for Thielen in a tight window, no penalty. Cousins tried to zip it through. That's just tight coverage. Looking for Thielen, even if he grabs this, because Anthony Brown was all over him. I'm not sure if this is even going to be a first down. Brown is just right there. And he's able to break up that pass from behind defending Thielen. Terrific defense right there by Brown. 4th and 5, Minnesota 3 and out. They'll have to boot away the football. Jordan Berry standing back around his own 10-yard line. Receives a snap. Pressure coming. Able to get it off in time. Penalty flag is down. This punt angled towards the right sideline. And it's a short punt. On the bounce around the 45-yard line of Dallas territory. Minnesota pointing in the Cowboys' direction. And this is a penalty on Dallas. Oh, what a crusher for the Cowboys. Offsides penalty on a punting situation on a 4th and 5. Oh, just jumping the snap. Lined up on the outside edge, number 56 for Dallas. Jumps the snap on a 4th and 5, and that's an automatic first down. Bradley and Ney, the one who jumps the snap in Minnesota, still with the football. 1st and 10 Vikings, 4:49 left to go in the second. Ball spotted at their own 35. I formation. Cousins, bootleg. Off of the play action to his right. Passes that one. Soft touch pass complete for a gain of 6. He finds his tight end, number 85. And Minnesota only 18 plays tonight with just 95 total yards of offense. Trying to break the 100-yard mark right here. Yeah, it's just unfortunate, Vegas. 2nd and 3, handoff up the middle. Cook stumbles forward about a yard shy of the first. It's going to break up a 3rd and 1. Third and 1 for Minnesota. Cousins. Handoff. Ham, the fullback. I don't believe he got there. I don't think he got there. Looks like his knee was down short of the first down marker. At around the 44-yard line. Needed to get to the 45. Dallas saying that he would stop short, and where that football is placed, that's about a half a yard shy. What a tackle from behind. Micah Parsons, the one who tackles the fullback C.J. Ham about a half a yard shy of the first down marker. And Minnesota's going to go for it on their own side of the field. Under 3 minutes left to go. Cousins, play action on a bootleg. Passes down the field. He is open inside the 40, 35, down the right sideline. Thielen, upended at the 25-yard line, first down. The gamble pays off for the Vikings. That is a catch good for 29 yards inside the 25-yard line of Dallas territory. A 4th and half a yard on a bootleg towards his right. And Kirk Cousins sees wide open. Adam Thielen slips past Trayvon Diggs inside the 40, receives the ball, and around the 25 gets tackled. New set of downs, 1st and 10. Ace formation. In the backfield, Cook receives the toss. Rushes down the right sideline, out of bounds, gain of 1 to the 24. Hey, thanks so much, Louie. Appreciate it, man. Charleston Anita, welcome back to the stream. Yeah, I think they're probably going to drop that one, honestly, to Vegas. So we're going to go to the 2-minute warning right now. 7-3 Minnesota, and they get the football at the 24-yard line, coming back in the 2nd and 9 after the timeout. Yeah, the Bulls have been impressive so far this season. And it's basically been Tatum and Brown for the Celtics for this year. And then after Marcus Smart made that 3 in the season opener against the Knicks, he has just been just terrible from 3-point range. Thinking that he can shoot as many threes that he would like as well, and all of them going up, tossing up bricks. So Cousins goes over 100 now through the air. Minnesota entering this drive wasn't even with 100 total yards. Now they got 130 in the game. Dallas, despite trailing, Dallas has got more first downs than the Vikings, 10-7. The Vikings got bigger plays that they've been able to have. A catch of 32 by Thielen and a catch of 31 by Conklin was the first reception of the night from Minnesota. Thielen just had the biggest catch of the game, though, for 32. What a gamble that paid off. You're looking at fourth and a half a yard. If you don't convert on it, you turn the ball over on downs. Dallas is a really good short field coming up if they do take over on that, but gutsy call by Mike Zimmer pays off to the benefit for Minnesota on a bootleg play action rollout play towards his right for Cousins, and just Adam Thielen wide open down the right side of the field. That's how much confidence the Vikings have in their receivers. They got a really, really solid receiving core with Thielen and Justin Jefferson. Thielen was a top fantasy wide receiver through 8 weeks. I think like 3 seasons ago for Thielen. So even though this Dallas defense can force turnovers, no threat right there to the Minnesota offense a couple plays ago on that big 4th down conversion. It's going to be a 2nd and 10 now for the Vikings. 1:59 left to go in the second quarter before halftime. They operate empty backfield from the gun. Cousins takes a snap from his 24. Dallas screens it underneath, complete, but losing yardage. Parsons with a wrap-up tackle. The catch made for -3 by Alexander Madison in the backfield. And a timeout taken by Dallas with 2 timeouts remaining. Parsons just reads it. Screens it out to the right side, and Parsons just able to know what's coming. Makes a break in the football. And once he receives the catch in the backfield, wraps up Madison for a loss of 3. Third and 12. Cousins, screen pass on a 3rd and 12 off the fingertips of Cooks and mishandled it, incomplete. Another 3rd and long, another check down, and that time it was a drop ball. I just don't get the call in this situation. Minnesota playing extremely conservative football. You're around the 27-yard line. You're going to bring in Greg Joseph now for the field goal, but you got the opportunity, 3rd and long. You have to get to the sticks for the first down, and they go for a screen pass underneath, and it happened to be a drop. 45-yard kick from the right hash. Already one missed field goal happened to be by Zerline. Joseph with a field goal drifting towards the right uprights, and it is through. Sneaks it through from 45 yards out from the right hash, and Minnesota goes up by 7. So we'll take another break from the action right now. Vikings on that drive. No touchdown, but able to get points, though, with a field goal. We'll see if that conservative play call does come back to make a difference in this game later on, because the Vikings had an opportunity to take a shot down the field. They had taken multiple shots in this game, especially early on in the first quarter, and they go for a pass underneath on the 3rd and 12. Doesn't really make any sense if you want to build some momentum here right before the half. And the Vikings started out with the football as well. So the Cowboys going to get the football back, 1:44 on the clock. 2-minute drill for Cooper Rush in the offense. And then the Cowboys will receive the second half kickoff. Yeah, that's what I said to myself too. Even though, let's see right here, we'll check the first downs. Minnesota still has only 7 first downs tonight. That doesn't even seem real. Like, the Vikings have 128 total yards. It's because they've got a couple big, like, chunk plays some of these drives, and they just haven't been able to finish off drives. So some of the first downs too have been by penalty. They've got 3 passing first downs, 1 rushing first down, and they've got 3 first downs via penalty tonight for the Vikings. They're only putting up 128 total yards in the first half, and 75 of those yards were on the first drive. And they've had shorter fields with an intercepted football they had. I think they took over around their own 40. They also had a couple punts that put them at a shorter field right before midfield, and they just haven't been able to convert. Wow, Freddie Freeman with a solo shot. So we got right here the Braves up 5-4 over the Astros, and that's at the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Braves can close out tonight in 6 if they do come up with a victory to win the series in the World Series. $1:44 left to go before halftime. This kick sails to the back of the end zone, and Dallas will take over at their own 25. So 2-minute drill now for Cooper Rush in the offense. Rush goes from the gun. 2 timeouts remaining for Dallas, 2 for Minnesota. 2 wide to both the right and left side. Rush passes off the back foot underneath, complete to Elliott. Spin move. Gets around 3 on the catch to the 28. About 1.5 minutes counting down left to go before half. Wow. I didn't watch the game yesterday, but man, Celtics were 0 for 19 from 3. Ouch. That pass is complete right at the marker for Cooper. We'll see where the referee spots the football, and this looks like enough for the first down. That front end of the football moves the chains, 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. They have it at the 35-yard line inside their own territory. Rush from the gun, 1-minute drill. Takes the snap, back to pass. Rush looks left, fires down the left sideline. That ball gets intercepted. If it does stand, might have hit the turf. And the interception taken 7 yards to the 43-yard line. Picked off by number 27 of Minnesota, Cameron Dantzler, the corner. And as of right now, this ball will stand as an interception. Let's see. Both hands get underneath it. Ooh, did that tail end of that football touch the turf. Ooh. I think this one's coming back. Right now, it stands as an interception for Minnesota. It didn't look like his left hand was cleanly on it. He had some fingertips off of that football, and it hit the ground and bounced up. Looks like he more trapped it. Right now, it stands for Minnesota. We're waiting to see what this call will be on the field, if it's going to be confirmed as a standing interception. And the referee has rolled it incomplete, so correct call right there by the officiating crew. That clearly hit the ground with the nose of the football. And you can see the fingertips were off the football on the left hand. I saw that when it first started. So 2nd and 10, 46 seconds remaining. Gives the Cowboys another chance. Ball spotted at their own 35-yard line. Elliott lines up to the left side of Rush. 3 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. And Rush takes the snap. Back to pass. Pressure coming. Rush passes left side. This ball is juggled and incomplete. Looking for Dalton Schultz just before the first down sticks. Dangerous pass with a defensive back all over him. Falls up being juggled down to the ground and rolled incomplete. So Everson Griffin with a pass rush coming in from the right side. And the rush had to get away down the left side of the field to the numbers. And it's right place, right time. Once again, making an impact in the football. Cameron Dantzler almost got the interception the last time. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 10. Here goes Rush from the gun. Pollard, the running back, lined up to the right side next to Rush. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, takes a snap. Rush. Back to pass, fires a deep ball down the right sideline. Overthrown. Incomplete. And a Viking down in the secondary as well in coverage. Bashard Breeland, former Kansas City Chief, he is the one down in the field for Minnesota. What's good, Maliko? Welcome back to the stream. 1-on-1 coverage on the outside. Down the right sideline, Breeland defending, working on number 85 for Dallas. And that's Noah Brown, the intended receiver. 43 seconds left to go. So Breeland now goes towards the sideline. This will bring up a punting situation for the Cowboys. Not really so, there, Warren. They've had, it feels like they should have much more than 10 points on the board right now from Minnesota. They should have had an additional touchdown that Jefferson just slowed up in his route and dove and missed the pass. He was wide open, so they should have 17 on the board right now. Dallas is lucky that they're still in this game. This ball gets punted. And a fair catch made around the 20-yard line. Okay, so 37 seconds coming up. Kirk Cousins in the offense. We'll head a timeout first. And then we'll be back to action. And we'll see what Cousins and the offense can do, because he's been able to lead these drives once before. Chunk plays for Minnesota. No problem. They did it last week in overtime against the Panthers. Watch out for the speedster, Justin Jefferson. He has only got 1 reception for 3 total yards. Another target of his should have been caught for a long gain and couldn't haul it in. Minnesota tonight has long catches, a 32 by Thielen, 31 by Conklin on the first play of the game. First pass, fires, left sideline, completes. That's about a catch of 5 out of bounds. With 32 seconds remaining, brings up a 2nd and 5. First catch of the game by Amir Smith Marset for the Vikings. I'm going to take Minnesota tonight in this one. 2nd and 4 coming up, 32 seconds remaining at their own 21. Empty backfield. Cousins from the gun. Takes a snap. Back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Cousins will rush for it himself. Past the 30 and tackled down on one leg of the 34. They still got a timeout left to go. Why haven't they burned a timeout yet? 15 seconds. The clock keeps on rolling. 1st and 10 Minnesota. 34 seconds left to go. What are they doing? They can't even set up offensively here. 7 seconds left to play. Minnesota, one last play. Takes a snap. Cousins airs it out left side. Incomplete with 1 second, looking for Thielen. What in the world is Mike Zimmer doing? Kirk Cousins rushes for it to the 34. 19 seconds remaining. Take the timeout. He was down with 19 seconds left to go. You got one timeout in your pocket here in that by the time you set up the offense, you're able to get one play out, and now you take a knee, and that's how you go into halftime. 10-3. Minnesota leads at halftime, but the Cowboys will receive the second half kickoff, and Dallas is very well still in this game. The Vikings have had so many opportunities. Kirk Cousins gets tackled with 19 seconds left to play. They have a timeout remaining, and they don't burn one. An absolute come-on-man moment right there. Man. All right, so 10-3 at the half. Cooper Rush hanging in there. Dallas has had more first downs than Minnesota, 11-8. Vikings with less total yards than the Cowboys, 168 for Dallas, 146 with Minnesota. You would think Minnesota would be up in this game by at least 2 touchdowns. With no Dak Prescott. A couple chunk plays in there for the Vikings. But no. A turnover by Cooper Rush. They weren't able to capitalize on the turnover for Minnesota. They've had some really good field position. And they just haven't been able to move the ball downfield. And they've got handed penalties too. 3 first downs via penalty. I think 2 of those were offsides penalties. I'm fairly sure. Yeah, 2 of those were offsides penalties. They were automatic first downs. 1 of those was on a punt. And then the Vikings had a pass interference call that they got a first down penalty on too. Yeah. So they've had this game handed to them. And with what they have for receivers, there's no excuse. Justin Jefferson, 1 catch so far tonight, no excuse. Like, you got to get him the football. 1 catch for 3 yards. Yeah, that's just inexcusable. Tyler Conklin had a catch of 31. It happened to be the second longest play of the game. And they just haven't went back to the deep ball ever since. Like, they've been so conservative in the second quarter. In the first quarter, they were taking some deep shots downfield for the Vikings, and they converted on some of those. And then Cousins missed a couple passes that he should have had, which would have opened up the game. But since he missed those, kept Dallas right into the game. And things looked like it was going to get ugly after that first drive. The only touchdown was on drive number 1. Minnesota went up the field 75 yards. And Cousins found across the middle of the field 20-yard touchdown catch to Adam Thielen. But ever since that, it's just been a field goal by the Vikings and then Dallas adding on their field goal. Yeah, I saw that one a couple of days ago. I saw the NBC Winter Olympics logo. It's crazy. We just had the Summer Olympics. Basically, yeah, like 3 months ago almost for the Summer Olympics. It's crazy. Like for Minnesota, this could be a season-altering type of win. A game at home, no Dak Prescott. This is a game that you have to have. Because if you're the Vikings, you're going in next 2 games in the road. And those 2 games are against teams that's desperately searching for victories. At the Ravens, which the Ravens got blown out last week against the Bengals. And then at the Chargers, which came off a bye and lost against the Patriots today. The Vikings got the next 4 out of 5 games in the road. And then they got Green Bay later this month too. Hit City, welcome to the stream. No, I'm covering football tonight here. I've done a couple baseball games before, but I haven't really been able to like draw in a lot of the numbers or so. Yeah, I didn't really have a costume for this year. But yeah, happy Halloween to you guys. Oh, that's awesome. So yeah, Atlanta might be having a big night on the streets tonight. I'm in Massachusetts. I'm not in the city. I'm about like 50 minutes south of Boston, where I'm from. I'm closer to Providence, Rhode Island. Yeah, I did a couple baseball games. It goes on for such a long time, though. That's the only thing. They really need to figure out like how to speed up the process of these games so they don't go on for like 4.5, 5 hours for baseball. Because if there's like an 8 o'clock first pitch game, it's basically guaranteed to go to midnight now. Like I remember when these games started at like 8 o'clock, they used to be done around like 11, but now they go on for like an additional hour. Hey, thanks so much, Hit City. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, so right now, quick update. World Series, top of the 4th inning. Braves lead the Astros 5-4. Atlanta can close it out tonight with a victory, up 3-1 in the series. A lot of these games have closed out in... Well, this is Game 5, so 3-1. Yeah, a lot of these games have closed out more in 6 lately. So I think the last 2 finals I covered, both of them were in 6 that closed out for NBA. Looking at Minnesota's schedule, though, this is brutal coming up. The Ravens, the Chargers, the Packers, the Niners. That's the month of November. And then they're at Detroit. They had won against Detroit by 2, winning on a game-winning field goal at home. So they're at Detroit to start off the first Sunday in December. This is one right here they have to have in order to make things interesting in the playoff hunt. All right, so let's see what we got for the poll today. Thanks so much for the 100 plus who voted today in the poll. Who do you got tonight? Cowboys or Vikings? We're going to do the poll reveal right here. And let's see, we got the Cowboys on top of the poll, 65-35 tonight for percentage. Cowboys should be able to get Dak Prescott coming back up next week. And this should be for Dak for next week. He should be able to come back. This should be a game like a get it right type of game for Dallas. They got the next 2 games after this tonight at home for Dallas. They're hosting Denver next Sunday, and then they're hosting the Falcons the following Sunday. So I expect a lot of points in that second game coming up against the Falcons on November 14th for Dallas to score. And then for next week's game, Denver has struggled offensively. They're at the bottom of the pack in the NFL with their offense. That's like a total mismatch type of game. Say if Dallas comes right out of the gate scoring a ton of points, that one could get out of reach in a hurry. They got some easier matchups coming up. They're also at the Chiefs on November 21st now. That's going to have a ton of points in there. So Kansas City's been disappointing. Still, though, they got around just over a half a month to get things together before that matchup against Dallas. It's also at Arrowhead as well. So that should be a good game. I expect a shootout between those two teams. What's good, Chris in the stream? Welcome in from Tennessee. Thanks so much for being a part of the channel. Oh, that's awesome. Best of luck to Jonas there. Glad to hear he had a great scrimmage the other day. Alright, so we're going to start the third quarter off in a couple moments from now. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. What's good, Matthew? Welcome to the stream, man. Thanks so much for finding my channel. Appreciate it. Yeah, the majority of content I usually cover is basketball games. I do cover special live streams from time to time to other sports. It's mostly been football lately that I've done special live streams because I'm supposed to cover a game in person for football on Thanksgiving, so I wanted to get some reps in before I actually have like an actual game to cover. Yeah, so Dallas is without Dak Prescott tonight. He's still recovering from injury against the Patriots. On the final play against the Patriots in overtime, he suffered a calf injury throwing the game-winning touchdown pass, so he was limited all this week. He was in a walking boot after the Patriots game 2 weeks ago. So Cooper Rush got his first career start tonight at quarterback. And Dallas is actually hanging in there. The Cowboys are going to have the second half kickoff to receive. And I feel like Minnesota here should have a lot more points on the board than what they have so far. This game should at least be 17-3 Minnesota. And Dallas is just lucky that they're in this game, that it's only a 1-touchdown game. They still have a chance tonight for the Cowboys because Minnesota's defense is giving a lot of the short stuff for Cooper Rush to be able to convert on and be able to pass underneath. And actually, at halftime, Cooper Rush has more passing yards than Kirk Cousins. Cooper Rush 10 for 17 through the air. He did have an interception when he took a deep shot down the middle of the field, threw into double coverage, and it got picked off. But Rush is getting a lot of the short underneath stuff and out routes towards the sidelines for catches. And then Kirk Cousins right now just 9 for 15, 105 total passing yards, and he's had a couple of pretty bad misses that he's had wide open receivers that could have been massive gains that just wasn't able to happen because of a pass sailing over one of his receivers' heads out in the flat. And then there was another one and he missed Justin Jefferson on. It was more on Jefferson, though, because Jefferson slowed up in his route. And then Jefferson dove out and couldn't catch the football off of his fingertips. But big thing to know in this game, Justin Jefferson has been held to just 3 receiving yards tonight. He's only halted 1 pass, and that was on the first drive of the game, catch number 2. That's the only touchdown tonight, was on the first drive by the Vikings. And they had 2 of those completed passes on the first 2 plays of the drive. The first one was a 31-yard pass to the tight end Tyler Conklin. That was the first catch off the first attempted pass by Cousins, and then he went the next play in a screen pass for 2 yards to Jefferson. So that's all he got today. Yeah, it was South Korea, I'm pretty sure, for the last Winter Olympics. Yeah, it was Pyeongchang in the last one. Yeah, I remember that. And then Sochi was before that they had it. So that was after Vancouver, I'm pretty sure. Vancouver hosted one. I remember all the way back. I think my first Winter Olympics I remember was Salt Lake City. It was 2002 for Salt Lake City. Wow. So I know all the way back from them. I've been watching the Olympics that far back. 1st and 10 for Dallas. They start off at their own 25-yard line. Ace formation with a rush. In the backfield, Elliott. Handoff to the left side to Elliott. He rushes. About a gain of 2 to the carry. Takes it to the 27. Nick Yak on the stream. Welcome in. Yeah, those guys been terrific backs. It's just, for Barkley, it's just been the injuries. And then, same thing for Christian McCaffrey. It's just been more so for him. It's been the overusage. I heard something ridiculous, like a trade rumor that Deshaun Watson was potentially going to be rumored in a trade with Christian McCaffrey. This pass is down low and incomplete off the fingertips of his tight end. That is Dalton Schultz. That ball too low. And it's going to bring up now a 3rd and 8 for Dallas. It's too bad. Like, some of these top running backs that we've seen just suffer, like, injuries that they just, after that, they've never been the same. I remember, I think it was like 4 years ago, David Johnson was the top running back in fantasy. Here's a strike down the middle of the field, inside the 30, 25, 20, 15, off to the races. Cedric Wilson Jr. is gone for a 73-yard touchdown reception. Cooper rush a dart across the middle of the field, and the Cowboys are an extra point from tying things up. 3rd and long for Dallas, and Cedric Wilson Jr. one-on-one coverage, and the Vikings get absolutely burned with Mackenzie Alexander. This is despicable tackling by Minnesota. A player looking not even in the correct direction. Harrison Smith with his back turned away from Wilson, out of position not to make the tackle. Wilson just runs right past him and into the end zone for 6. The extra point by Zierlein. It is good and ties things up at 10. What a dart down the middle of the field by Cooper Rush. 10-10 with 14:07 left to go in the 3rd on a 3-play drive. 75 yards and 53 seconds off the clock to start things off at the top of the 3rd quarter. The Cowboys are right back into this game. What a throw. That is just terrible coverage altogether, though, by Minnesota. You have your back turned Where are you running? Number 22 for Minnesota, Harrison Smith. Like, where was he running? I thought he should have been handed a white jersey himself and playing for the Cowboys. It looked like he was on blocking coverage, trying to open up a hole for Cedric Wilson to go through. He had his back turned away from Wilson. He was running the same direction as Wilson, and then Wilson just blows past him as he turns around. Like, somebody clearly missed their assignment right there for Minnesota. Where's the safety that's deep in that situation? Like, Wilson just blows right past the entire secondary. That's embarrassing right there for the Vikings. Yeah, Von wish he went just like right there to the 2018 Olympics. Oh yeah, no wonder why. I think we're going to see a lot of chunk plays coming up. Yeah, he was something out of this world for Adrian Peterson. A lot of the top players, though, for running back, because running back, other positions you can play in the NFL for much longer. Running back is one of those that ends up being the shortest time out of anything else. I saw something. It was oldest players by position in NFL. Yeah, and the running back was the youngest, I think, for what we have now. Yeah, last year was Frank Gore. But Frank Gore isn't playing this season. Yeah, I think by position group, the running backs the least length of time out of any position. Cousins takes a deep shot. This ball gets broken up, and there's an injured player down. And that is Justin Jefferson, who is down on the ground. A penalty flag is down. And Jefferson is still slow to get up. Working on Trayvon Diggs in the secondary. He slipped past Diggs. Jumping up in the air, and that is a tough fall right there. It looks like he landed on his shoulder or elbow, the left shoulder. He is on the ground with favoring right now for Jefferson. Ow, ooh, yeah, that's tough right there. That's the left shoulder that he fell down in the ground. That's a massive loss if Jefferson does have to miss time. Oh. Jefferson slow to get up. Oh, that doesn't look good. The left shoulder of Justin Jefferson, that elbow, he's not moving back and forth that left elbow, and he has an arm brace around that. So Justin Jefferson slow to the sideline. Looks like a left elbow or left shoulder injury as he's having some trouble moving that left arm around. So 1st and 10, Minnesota. 14 minutes left to go in the third. Cousins, handoff up the middle. This is a big hole past the 40, 45. Dalvin Cook rumbles forward to midfield. That is a gain of 20 in the rush. pounding the rock just like that. He sees a crease and bursting forward goes Cook. So without Justin Jefferson now, their streakster wide receiver, going to have to heavily rely on that running game to do the work, and Cook now up to 9 carries for 42 rushing yards. Here's another carry. Cook up the middle, past the 45, tackled down at the 43, rush of 7. Penalty flag is down. And this will be a holding call on the Vikings. This will come back. Replay first down. It's going to be on number 35 from Minnesota. Stalker, the one who commits the penalty. What's good, Steven? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, just for this week for the Cowboys. Yeah, they should be able to have Dak back next week. 1st and 20 now from Minnesota. Ball spotted at their own 39. Screen pass right side of Cook. Cook takes it down the right sideline. Swung out of bounds to the 44. Pick up a 5 and a catch. And tackled out by Micah Parsons. Okay, so yeah, I was talking about earlier, oldest active players in the NHL at each position. Tywan Jones, running back of the Buffalo Bills. He is 33 years old. He is the oldest running back right now in the NFL. All the other positions, punter, kicker, 39 years old. Devin McCourty, Jason McCourty, both 34. Josh Norman's 34. Demario Davis is 32. He's the oldest linebacker. Here's a screen pass to the right side. That's the tight end, Tyler Conklin. Got to get half of those yardage back on a 2nd and long play. So this will bring up about a 3rd and manageable. Thielen's been a top receiver so far for the Vikings. He's had the lone touchdown grab. Hasn't really received much attention, though, lately. 3rd and 5. Cousins from the gun takes the snap. Back to pass. Pressure coming. Oh, and he's swarmed. Sacked down as the football came out. Cousins able to bounce up on top of it. And a huge sack taken down from behind by Randy Gregory with a punch trying to jar that football out. Cousins landed on top of that football. Dangerous right there. Gregory with a big-time sack, and it's going to force a punting situation for Minnesota. What a punch right there by Gregory. This ball gets booted away, angled toward the right sideline, and it will stay in bounds. And it gets down to around the 15. That's where Dallas will come up with their field position coming up. Getting back to action after the timeout. 11-10 in the 3rd quarter. Cowboys will start off at their own 15. So we keep on seeing nowadays, to get the football out, we see a lot more punching of the football to come out. And there was a game I watched last week, and one of the announcers referred to it as basically simple assault to or might have been the week before, I think. Trying to jog my mind. Okay, yeah, so it was 2 weeks ago. It was TJ Watt for trying to punch out the football. Now it was Chris Collinsworth that said that from 2 weeks ago. Of course it was. He actually got fined over $10,000 for doing that. So 10-10 the score. Dallas coming up with the football. I still have it back. Cooper Rush outpassing Kirk Cousins. 11 for 19 by Rush, 183 passing yards. Cousins 11 for 17, 120 through the air. All right, coming out of the timeout right now. Cowboys will take over around their own 16-yard line on this drive. They tied it up in the last drive, 10-10. Rush takes the snap, handoff up the middle. Elliott showing patience in the run. Gains around 2, though, to the 18. Second and 8 coming up, approaching 10.5 left to go in the third. From the gun. Takes the snap, Rush, back to pass. Steps up in the pocket, launches deep down the left sideline, overthrows Cooper. And that will bring up now a 3rd and 8, incomplete. I believe maybe on Tuesday. I'm not sure if I'm going to be out, though, at work on Tuesday night. I might have to get called in. If not Tuesday, it's probably going to be Wednesday for me. Both of those nights will be basketball games. I know for sure I should be able to do the following Tuesday, the 9th. That's the college basketball season opener. 3rd and 8 coming up. Cowboys have the football at their own 18-yard line. Rush takes the snap. Flushed out to his left as he will get dropped back and sacked. All the way back at the 3-yard line by Rush. So he takes a dangerous sack. He was being just pushed backwards and backwards and backwards as the pressure kept on covering. Emerson Griffin able to get a hold of him and just keep on pushing his weight backwards on Rush all the way from the 7-yard line back to the 3. So 4th and 18, punting away from his own end zone. This is anger for the Cowboys. The deep punt fielded at the 38. Down the left sideline off the return, past the 40 out of bounds at the 44, return of 6. By KJ Osborne. The Vikings will have the football coming up once again, starting at their own 44. Once again, media break, 10:21 left to go in the third with the Vikings coming, or 9:42 left to go in the third. Vikings coming back up on the field. Yeah, the whole age has just shifted. Like, it's all about like younger players nowadays in the league, because a lot of the stuff is like, it's more like players playing like a year or two of college football and then going into the draft. Yeah, I think it was mentioned about smaller running backs earlier And I remember here, flashback to Warwick Dunn, who used to play the Bucks and the Falcons. He played for. Warwick Dunn was 5'9". I remember back in the mid-2000s, he was dominant. Wow, I'm looking at this right now. He had 3 straight seasons with over 1,000 rushing yards. Yeah, he was really good. All right, so 10-10. We get back into action here with about 9.5 left to go in the third. Vikings first play from scrimmage at their own 44. Cousins fires this ball down to the right side of the hashes. Complete pass midfield. That is a catch. That is good for a first down around the 40-yard line inside Dallas territory. So it is Justin Jefferson back in the game. As he went down earlier in the quarter due to injury, good to see he is back for the Vikings. Handoff to the right side of the hash to Cook and gets around a gain of 2 in the carry. What's good, Alex, in the stream? Welcome in. Thanks so much for the update. Braves up 5-4 in the top of the 5th inning. Game 5 of the World Series. Braves looking to close it out tonight with a victory. Second down and about 7 coming up from Minnesota. Ace formation, Cousins. Play action. Rolls out to his right, complete. Down the right sideline, inside the 30. And taking a hit, knocked out of bounds, says this should be close to a first down. The catch made by the tight end, Chris Herndon, former New York Jet. And it's going to be a first down. 1st and 10 now, Minnesota. 8 minutes left to go in the third. At the 27-yard line of Dallas territory. Cousins, handoff. Cook gets swarmed in the backfield. Carlos Watkins, one of the first defensemen to meet him there, takes him down in the backfield. And Cook lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. If so. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 12. He had lost 2 in the carry. I formation at the 29 of Dallas territory. Cousins drops back, fires off his back foot. Deep ball. Incomplete. Inside the 5. Looking for Jefferson, who stopped at the 10. Not on the same page between Cousins and Jefferson. And now we'll bring up a 3rd and long. For Minnesota, they've been on a 3rd and 12 before. And they did a check down. This is one you have to take a shot down the field. It would set up around a 47-yard field goal attempt if this was an incomplete pass. 3rd and 12. Cousins from the gun. 2 receivers to his left. 2 to the right. Takes the snap. Back to pass. Fires. That ball complete inside the 25. And Herndon gang tackle by 2 defenders at the 23. Not enough for the first down. Gain of 6 in the reception. Tackle made by Jaron Curse. One of 2 defenders who came in the area to tackle down Herndon. And it makes the field goal closer here for Greg Joseph. One field goal made from 45. This will be from the right hash. This will be a 40-yard field goal attempt. From the right hash to put the Vikings on top. The snap, the hold, the kick. And it's straight through the uprights. That is good. Minnesota back up on top, 13-10. They settle for another field goal as we have 6:31 left to go in the third. Oh, yeah, it's going to be a big night tonight in Atlanta if they win tonight. Hey, welcome back once again. We got Jose back on the stream. I can't believe that Adam Thielen isn't more involved in this game. He's got the most targets out of anybody. He's got 6 targets. It doesn't feel like that, though, for Thielen. He's got 3 catches for 55. Like, they've had third down opportunities, and those are ones that they just haven't been able to put together those third down opportunities tonight. They should go for something like across the middle of the field instead of going towards outside the numbers on like a third down opportunity. Yeah, so Justin Jefferson's back in the game. So he was injured earlier in the third. He's back in the game, though. Yeah, he hasn't received much attention at all tonight. Jefferson, right now, as we see, Jefferson's got just 2 catches for 21. That's it. Yeah, I see the promo now that Vaughn was just talking about a little while ago. They just showed that promo again for the Olympics coming up in the winter. What's good? TBG in the stream. Welcome in. Yep, Minnesota just got on top with a field goal, 13-10. 6:31 left to go in the third quarter. Dallas will receive the kickoff coming up. This ball gets booted away. It's returned 2 yards deep from his own end zone. Pollard takes it out past the 15 and diving forward down around the 20. CeeDee Lamb on out routes towards the sideline. He is getting separation, averaging over 4 yards of separation on all 3 targets. 3 catches for 45 yards tonight for CeeDee Lamb. The leading receiver for receiving yards, Cedric Wilson, because of that 75-yard touchdown catch. Here's a rush. Up the middle, about a gain of 4 on the carry. Takes it to the 24. That is Elliott. So Cooper Rush gets his first ever career start in the NFL, hanging in there right now, down by a field goal against the Cowboys. 2nd and 6 coming up from the gun. Rush takes a snap, fires. Left side, that ball complete. Past the 30, out of bounds, swung down around the 34. That's Cooper. That's a catch of 7, gets the first down. Thanks so much for the update there, Vegas. So, wow, lots of runs going on tonight in the World Series. Astros up 7-5, top of the 5th inning. basically midway through the game. Yeah, that's going to go to at least midnight tonight. 1st and 10. Rush in the I formation, the weak side, takes a snap. Bootleg to his right. Rush in the pocket, stands up, fires. That one incomplete down the left side. Nobody there. He took a shot when he threw downfield. Did not look like he was on the same page, and it's Anthony Barr, the one who knocked down Rush as soon as he threw it. We saw that a couple of years ago. It was Barr who tackled Aaron Rodgers down. And Rodgers ended up missing the remaining part of the season as they had Brent Hutley filling that quarterback that season for Green Bay. That was, I think, 3 years ago. That was, lost season for the Packers that year. The play clock goes down to double zeros. Dallas has to burn their first timeout in the second half. Yeah, it's not going to be a lot of good live sports or so. What's good, Slot King? Welcome to the stream once again. 5:15 left to go in the third. Cowboys have the football here at their own 34-yard line. From the gun. Rush has got Elliott lined up to the left side. Rush. Hand off to the right side in the draw. Elliott takes it. And carries for just one. All that rushing from left to right. And this will bring up a 3rd and long. Yep, I got you there, Jose. Sounds good. With peanut butter with bread, looks like. Yeah, I remember the Summer Olympics were tough times. They put that Summer Olympic championship game for basketball at 10:30 at night on a Friday night. 3rd and 8. Takes a snap, screens it out left side. That's complete to Wilson. And he can't make the defenders miss. Tackle down low. About a gain of 2. It's going to bring up a 4th and 6 as it was Cameron Bynum, the one who takes him down low and forces a punting situation for the Cowboys. So Brian Anger on the boot away the football. The snap. The punt. This punt drops around the 25. That's where it gets downed by the Cowboys. So basically the same thing as the kickoff. That's where Minnesota will start things off on their next drive. 3:50 left to go in the third. Vikings by 3, 13-10. So, quick update. Astros now lead over the Braves 7-5, top of the 5th inning. Yeah, the Chiefs right now are 3-4, so they have a losing record. It's crazy. That secondary this season has been a major struggle. They should be able to get back to 500 tomorrow, though. They take on the Giants. That one they should be able to take. If not, there's a major problem. That game is at the Meadowlands, though, tomorrow night. What's good, Cade? Welcome back to the stream. Hope all is going well, man. Some hockey games in the middle of the night for the Winter Olympics. Wow. Yeah, they have some odd times since we're from the U.S. and they're doing that in China. So yeah, it's gonna be an inconvenience for us because I remember a lot of like the live sports they put on like late at night when they did the games at Japan for the summer. The basketball championship was at 10:30 at night on the Friday. So I remember that. I remember there was like prelim games for basketball, like US versus Iran. They put that game, I think, at like 2:30 in the morning. They put that game on. They had some random times, like games like after midnight, usually, like a couple hours after midnight. So 3:50 left to go in the third. We get back to action here. Vikings will have the football starting at their own 25. First play, hand off to Cook, down the right sideline, stiff arm, past the 30-yard line, and then he is stood up around the 33. That's a pickup of 8 to start things off for the Vikings. Yeah, that's right. They had the bronze medal game the next day and a Saturday. That was quite odd. Yeah, they would either have the games for the Olympics for basketball. I remember they had them either like late at night. Like they had some games at like 10, 11 o'clock at night. They had other games at like 2 in the morning. And they had other games that were played at 8 in the morning. So I remember USA versus France, the first game they met up against each other. It was an 8 o'clock a.m. tip-off time for me, a 5 o'clock a.m. tip-off time on the Pacific Coast. That pass just gets completely blown up. C.J. Ham catches it, but it's about a loss of 3 on the reception. This will bring up now about a 3rd and 5 coming up for the Vikings. Oh, yeah, I love scary movies. I actually watched Halloween today. I watched the original one yesterday, and I watched the newer one. I think it was Halloween Kills. I watched earlier today. 3rd and 6 coming up for Minnesota. Cousins, pump fake. He passes off the fingertips of Cook, and it's almost intercepted by Parsons. Parsons sliding down to the ground, thrown behind Cook, and that was almost a gift to the Cowboys with Micah Parsons. Lucky for Kirk Cousins right there, and Minnesota a 3-and-out as they'll have to boot away the football. What's good, Chief Stand Still? Welcome on the stream once again. Thanks so much for stopping on by. Minnesota should have so many more points on the board. They are just crushing themselves in this game. Some poor possession opportunities. This ball gets booted away from their own 20. Angle towards the right sideline, and it will be fielded. And going backwards is CeeDee Lamb, the one who fields it. Gets knocked down for like a loss of 5 on the return. So Dallas with their offense coming back onto the field. 2:26 remaining in the third. Yeah, we don't have like much candy over here. We do have Reese's Pieces though, that we have. So I had some of that the last couple of days. I had the Reese's Pieces in there. 1st and 10. Dallas with the football. Yeah, Halloween isn't like a big thing where I live or so, because I live like out in the woods. So trick-or-treating isn't like huge over here. That's a pass that's dangerous, incomplete. Cedric Wilson Jr. He was being swarmed all over the place, and this is pass interference on Minnesota. Wilson was just swarmed all over the place there. Mackenzie Alexander gets called for pass interference, automatic 1st down. It's going to be a pickup of about 13 on the pass interference call. It's a spot penalty, so it's about 13. That's 3 yards past the first down marker, approximately. Yeah, where my girlfriend lives, it's like a big thing to do trick-or-treating where she lives. Here's some razzle-dazzle, pass to Wilson. He circles around, throws it deep down the right side, open, complete to Lamb inside the 25, knocked out of bounds at the 23-yard line by Smith. Going with a razzle-dazzle right there for Dallas. A screen pass to the left side of the field. And then Cedric Wilson Jr. able to flush out to his right, airs it out, and finds his receiver CeeDee Lamb on the catch. So much time to throw that football. Cowboys have it close to the red zone at the 23-yard line of Minnesota territory. In the ace formation, rush, handoff to the right side, cuts Pollard. He will rush this one for about a gain of 1 to the 22. 2nd and 9 coming up. What a play. On the last play before that, though, by Dallas. Able to get a trick play, and they got the opportunity to put 3 on the board at least because they are in field goal range. Cedric Wilson is a perfect 4 for 4, passing for 80 touchdown yards in the touchdown pass. That's in his career. So 2nd and 9 coming up for Dallas. To the right side of Rush, the running back Pollard. Rush takes the snap, passes underneath Pollard, catches. He dives forward, pickup of about 1. That's to the 21. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 8. What's good, Diamond McCrab? Welcome to the stream once again. Yeah, I remember that from the Lions. Last decade, 0-16, they went. They should be able to pull out at least 1 this season. I don't know how they got crushed to the Eagles today. They played so many close games. They just let the game slip out of their own reach. This ball gets juggled down the near sideline. Cooper couldn't haul it in bounds, though, cleanly. So incomplete. Oh, wow. Cooper Rush was Ian's friend's high school quarterback. That's awesome. So 4th and 8 coming up. The Cowboys here to tie it up with 8 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Greg Zuerlein, 1 for 2 tonight. Missed the first field goal from 48 or 43 wide left. This is a 39 attempt made earlier from 38. From the right hash for Zuerlein to tie it up at 13. The snap, the hold, the kick, and it is drifting through the uprights of the net. It is good. 13 even on Sunday Night Football. 4 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. No Dak Prescott tonight. Cooper Rush. Right there, though, with the Vikings in this game. And Rush has had more passing yards than Kirk Cousins. 14 for 25, 196 passing yards through the air. A 73-yard touchdown pass to Cedric Wilson. Kirk Cousins, 14 for 22, 144 passing yards. He had a touchdown pass in the first drive. And Rush had a touchdown pass in the first drive of the second half. This ball gets kicked off all the way to the back of the end zone. In Minnesota, 4 seconds left to play in the 3rd. They'll take over at their own 25. Yeah, razzle-dazzle today is the go-to phrase. I've heard that done before. Let's see. I haven't caught a lot of the Patriots games in person because I've usually been out on most of the Sundays, so I've usually caught half of the games on the radio, and then I come back at home, catch the second half on the television screen. But yeah, it's something that the Patriots announcing crew does quite a bit. From what I've been listening, is the razzle dazzle type of stuff, and usually Jacoby Myers is a part of that because he was a former quarterback in college. As this ball gets thrown underneath, it is complete, but a loss of 2 and a catch. Micah Parsons able to blow that up for the loss of 2. Makes the tackle. And we close out 3 quarters in the books. 13-3 to score. 15 more minutes of football action as we're tied up. So if you're new in the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell as well. If you guys are new here in the channel. Usually majority of the games I usually cover is play-by-play of basketball action. This is a special live stream tonight though. Yeah, that's crazy right there. So, Ja Morant, I believe right now he's the number 2 scorer behind Steph Curry at this point in the NBA early on this season. That's crazy. So, Clay, who's not coming back till at least January, but he can be a game winner for your fantasy league if he does come back and come back to what he was. It's going to take a while, though, I feel like, for Clay. Kyle Lowry is playing on a stacked offensive type of Heat team that he's like the number 5 option to start out the season. Tyler Hero's been going off. It's more their defense. The main trio though has been Butler, Bam, and Hero. So I covered a Heat earlier this week, and those are the 3 that went off. Yeah, Terrence Mann had that. Like, he had a breakout playoffs for the one series for the Clippers, but we see a lot of players like break out in like a series in the playoffs and haven't gone back to their usual form or so. Yeah, that's tough. I wouldn't trade any of those to get for Morant in the package with those 2. Yeah, that'd be quite funny there. Though it would never happen. I just can't see Brady ever playing for Bill ever again. He's having enough fun out in Tampa. Let's see, who's going to win the AFC North for me right now? This is, yeah, quite interesting right now. I'm going to take the Ravens there to win the AFC North. So they got blown out against the Bengals. It's odd. And then the Bengals lost to the Jets today. Tennessee lost to the Jets. That was a screen pass, gain of 2 in the reception. Yeah, the Jets have won 2 home games. They have the crowd behind them at home. And it's pretty ironic. Both of the games they won by a field goal. This pass is complete, but not enough for the first down. Big defensive stand by Dallas on the 3rd and 8. And this will bring up a Minnesota punting situation once again. Jordan Berry, the punter. He boots the football away. Pressure was coming. Dallas back to return this punt. This is a long, booming punt. And it's a fair catch, fielded at the 13. Penalty flag is down. We'll check the call. And this is going to be on the return team. Yeah, that's disappointing for the Browns. I think the Browns are gonna finish last too, because Baker's playing injured. The last game they played against the Broncos, they had just multiple players on the injury report. They had like 20 players in the injury report for Cleveland. First and 10 coming up. Dallas starting all the way back at their own 9-yard line. Rush passes across the middle. This ball is complete. Caught by CeeDee Lamb. Catch a 12 to the 21. Moves the chains first down. It should be Lamb with a catch. Dantzler came in late with a football on the ground. It should be Lamb's ball, though. Yeah, that's a simultaneous catch at the end. Lamb had it first. That's a first down. Around the 21-yard line, inside their own territory, under 13 minutes left to go. Ace formation for the Cowboys. Rush has got in the backfield behind him. Elliott. Rush takes the snap. Play action. Back to pass. Fires right side. Complete first down again. Keeps on moving forward out of bounds. That's a catch around 14. It goes to Amari Cooper, who moves the chains. I've actually never caught a ball before in an MLB game. Yeah, I've actually never been to Fenway before, even though I'm from Massachusetts. I used to go to the Red Sox AAA affiliate a ton. That's where they used to have a team called the Paw Sox out of Pawtucket, Rhode Island. And they had played all the way to 2020, and then last year was 2019 maybe. Yeah, 2019 was the last season because they didn't play minor league last year. And then the Paw Sox ended up moving an hour north up to Worcester. I haven't been to the new park before, but they play in Polar Park now up in Worcester. I think the last baseball game I went up to was, I think, like 3 years ago. I took a trip up to Maine and went to the Sea Dogs game up at Hadlock Field. I've got the Bills to make it to the Super Bowl to represent the AFC. 2nd and 10 coming up. At the 37-yard line of their own territory for Dallas. 2nd and 10. Takes the snap as Rush. Back to pass in the pocket. Launches. That one at the left side numbers. Complete past midfield. 45 to the 40. And tackled down at the 38-yard line. That catch is made. It is number 85, Noah Brown. First catch of the game for the Cowboys. If it stands, it will not. Penalty flag on the grounds. And this will be holding on the offense. Tyne and Secchi on the offensive line commits a crucial holding penalty, and it negates the call. Holding on Everson Griffin was able to open up a pathway for Cooper Rush to step up in the pocket and be able to launch it down the field and find Brown, but we'll take back the penalty call. And once again, the Cowboys struggling tonight with penalties. They had over 10 penalties in their last game against the Patriots tonight. They've got 7 total penalties as a team. Under 12 minutes left to go. Pass, tip, deflected. Oh, an offensive lineman catches the football. Hurdles over to the tight end. The penalty flag comes flying again. This should be on Dallas, an eligible receiver. The big boy getting the football. But you can't do that. It was deflected into the center's hands, and then he just hurdles it over to Dalton Schultz. So we'll bring up a 3rd and 13. Rush takes the snap. Back to pass in the 3rd and 13. Fires. That one to the right side of the numbers. It is complete. Pass midfield to the 47. First and 10 on a 16-yard reception. That is CeeDee Lamb. Talk about the separation tonight. CeeDee Lamb having a fantastic night. Just all game long, Harrison Smith. Soft coverage from behind opens up the field for CeeDee Lamb. Cooper Rush now with 250 passing yards. Rush handoff to Elliott. Towards his right, diving forward, 2-yard gain to the 45. CeeDee Lamb, first receiver of the night to over 100 receiving yards. He's got 6 catches for 112 and a long of 35. Has hauled in all 6 targets in this game. Approaching 10 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 8 coming up for Dallas. Cooper Rush, first ever NFL career start on the road. No problem on Sunday Night Football. National spotlight in the tie game. Looking to take the lead on this drive. 2nd and 8 at the Minnesota 45. Rush from the gun takes a snap. Back to pass, pressure coming. Oh, he gets obliterated. Football is loose, and the Vikings dive on top of it. Holy smokes. Cooper Rush just got absolutely destroyed. Pressure coming off the edge. Boom. Xavier Woods, who had an interception in the first half, lights up Cooper Rush, jars the football free, and the Vikings recover. Big change of momentum right here in the game. Minnesota will take over coming up with a football just shy of midfield. They were having the momentum down the field. And just what happens when you don't send a halfback to block and just open pressure from the edge coming in, and that is a big, big play with under 10 minutes left to go in the fourth. Nothing you could do about that if you're Cooper Rush. Should have been able to get some running back help to block him out. To be able to chip in at the ends. And, yeah, there was nobody there. Pressure just came off the edge, bull rushed them, and destroyed them. The Cowboys with a tie game. They have more first downs than the Vikings, 18-12. More total yards than the Vikings, over 125 plus total yards, 343 to 216 in favor of Dallas. Dallas 6 for 12 on third down efficiency. The Vikings just 1 for 10. Vikings have got 4 out of their 12 first downs via penalty. The only thing that's stopping Dallas tonight is the penalties. They've had 7 penalties for 53 yards. Vikings were just 3 for 29. And then the turnovers. So penalties and turnovers, that's been the crusher for the Cowboys tonight. Because Minnesota's defense has allowed Cooper Rush to throw multiple passes right at the first down marker. And they've allowed him to get the underneath stuff all game long and haven't able to make adjustments. Minnesota will take over just shy midfield at their own 48. First possession of the drive. Cousins being rushed. He fires off his back foot. This one deep down the right sideline. It's incomplete. Penalty flag is thrown. Cousins wasn't out of the tackle box when he just threw that football. Just chucked it off his back foot. This could be grounding in this situation right here. He was nowhere close to outside the tackle box. No receiver remotely close in the area as well. So this could be a 15-yard penalty. We'll see the call. First penalty is holding on the offense. Penalty declined. Intentional grounding by Kirk Cousins. It's going to back up Minnesota 15 yards. Yeah, he was not out of the tackle box when he just chucked this one towards the sidelines. He was right at the right hash. You have to be out further than the right hash outside the tackle box. So it brings up a 2nd down and 23. Backed up at their own 35, Cousins from the gun takes a snap. Back to pass, pocket collapses, fires wobbly pass off the fingertips. Incomplete off of Jefferson. DeMonte Casey, the one who brought in the heat, knocked down Jefferson, but another penalty flag is down. And this is on the offense once again. 2 straight plays with 2 straight Viking penalties. Holding on the offense, number 74. Oli Udoh, the guilty party, commits the holding penalty. Oh yeah, just takes down his defensive end right to the ground. So since the pass was incomplete, Cowboys will roll it a 3rd and 23. Handoff on the draw on the 3rd and 23. And Cook only gets around 5 back. The Vikings 1 for 11 on 3rd downs tonight, and they'll have to punt it away. These Viking fans are disgusted. They can't even believe it. You're looking right here, the signature type of game for Minnesota. You want to take a chance and be able to take some deep shots and alter the course of your season. You're number 2 in the NFC North, behind Green Bay, who is out on a roll. This punt will drop. It's on the ground. Did anybody touch it, though, for the Cowboys? That is the rolling. And I think it was down first by Minnesota. And this will be Dallas football coming up. So once again, the Cowboys coming back onto the field. Just over 9 minutes left to play in the 4th quarter, 13-13. Quick update in the World Series. Astros up over the Braves 7-5 at the bottom of the 6th inning. Big drive coming up here out of the timeout. Cooper Rush, first ever NFL career start. And for Minnesota, this could be a season-altering win for them if they came out and was able to control this game. And it's just been disappointing tonight. They've handed this game right over to the Cowboys. It's like they didn't want to go out and win. Cowboys at 5-1, top of the NFC East. Vikings at 3-3, number 2 team in their division behind the Packers. So 9 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Cowboys have the football starting off at their own 32. Handoff, left side, Elliott. Gets around 1 in the carry. Yeah, that's a good thing to be glad about there, Vaughn. What's good, Dan in the stream? Welcome in. Sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, it's looking like Zimmer could be done, especially if he does lose this game. No Dak against a first-star quarterback taking a deep shot down the left sideline. Overthrows his intended receiver, Cooper, by 5 yards. It's incomplete. Six for 12 on third downs tonight for Dallas. Vikings just 1 for 11. Here's one that's 3rd and 9. At their own 33-yard line for the Cowboys. A rush from the gun. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Takes a snap for rush. Looks right, fires right side in the slant. It's dropped. And out of the hands of CeeDee Lamb. He was terrific tonight. And that would have been a first down catch. That is a rarity right there for Lamb that he drops. And the Cowboys on the 3 and out will have to boot it away. Dallas punts this football away. Drifting back, fielded at the 26-yard line. And that's where the Vikings will have things to start the football once again. 8:08 left to play in the fourth. What's good, Yuri? Welcome to the stream. Vikings have the football. They start off with their own 26. Cook in the backfield. Cousins takes a snap handoff. Cook up the middle. He rushes past the 30. Parsons couldn't bring him down. Taken forward. About a gain of 8 in the carry. Second and 2 coming up for the Vikings. Cousins, play action, rolls out to his right. Pressure coming right in his face. Throws off his back foot. It's incomplete. Penalty flag coming in late, though. Terrell Basham was the one who was providing the pressure. We'll see about this penalty flag. That's late. That's a late hit. That's an automatic first down. That's the 4th first down by the Vikings tonight via penalty. Terrell Basham just comes in late as Cousins is throwing off his back foot and knocks down Cousins, roughing the passer penalty. Automatic first down, Minnesota. What's good? Dennis in the stream. Welcome in, man. First and 10. Cousins, back to pass in the pocket, launches underneath, left side complete. Ham gets out of bounds. That's a catch of 9. Taken out of bounds by Parsons. Under 7.5 minutes left to go in the fourth. 2nd and 1 coming up for Minnesota. Ball spotted. At the Dallas 43, Cousins, handoff. That is good. First down inside the 40. Cook rumbling forward. Forward progress to the 35, taken down right at the 35-yard line. Pickup goes for 8 in the first down. 14 carries for 63 on the ground tonight by Dalvin Cook. Seems like he should have a whole lot more. First and 10. Handoff. Cook up the middle again. Pounding the rock as forward progress will get him around to the 27. Penalty flag is down. Quite a bit of penalties on this drive. That's going to be on the Cowboys. Unnecessary roughness. That's going to be Randy Gregory at the bottom of the pile. And then he just throws down one of the offensive linemen. That's the center, Garrett Bradbury, that he threw down to the ground. That's 15 yards, automatic first down. That's a crucial penalty by Gregory this stage of the game. 9 penalties for 82. The discipline. Once again, they committed double-digit penalties 2 weeks ago against the Patriots before the bye. And once again, classic Mike McCarthy discipline type of team here. And that's the reason why if the Cowboys can't get to the Super Bowl, probably going to be the reason why right there. Discipline. Rush up the middle, about a gain of 2 by Madison, the running back, that time around. 2nd and 9 coming up for the Vikings. Ball spotted at the Cowboys' 12-yard line. They go into I formation. Ham the fullback. In the backfield, this is Cook. Handoff. Cook to the right side. Past the 10-yard line. Bounces off a tackler. Down the right sideline. Knocked out of bounds. Around the 7. That is a penalty flag that comes down. Late hit by the Cowboys. Automatic first for Minnesota. The discipline on this drive has been absolutely abysmal for the Cowboys. And once again, Randy Gregory has to get a talking to by McCarthy. Come on, man. Unnecessary roughness. Randy Gregory once again. Cook has already stepped out of bounds, and Gregory just shoves him out. Oh, what a talk right there. McCarthy to Gregory sets up the football inside the 5 for Minnesota. 1st and goal. You think the Vikings should have this right. Ace formation. Cousins. Handoff. Cook gets met. Bounces off a tackler. Oh, he gets wrapped up for a big loss. Loss of 3. Maybe 4. Back to the 8-yard line. Oh, that blocking was pathetic right there by Minnesota. Gregory had Cook wrapped up. Cook bounced off of him towards his left, and he was met by white jerseys all around. It was Donovan Wilson, the one who picked up the tackle for the Cowboys. 2nd and goal now at the 9-yard line. Ace formation once again. Madison in the backfield. Cousins passes in the flat to Madison, grabs it, and he is met for a loss of 3. Back around the 11 to the 12. J-Ron Curse knocks him out of bounds. Going for a little dump off underneath when you gotta go vertical to the end zone. Inexcusable. 4 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. This is poor, pathetic play by both of these teams. Who wants it more? Van Der Esch almost got called for a penalty. He was close to that one. That should have been called for a shove out of bounds. Madison was already out of bounds. He got away with that one. Cousins takes the snap back to pass, 3rd and goal. He rushes. Watch out! Shovels out the football, complete to Thielen. Down on the ground at the 5. And they can't get into the end zone. It's going to bring up a 4th and goal. That devastation written all over it right there. Kirk Cousins so lucky to shovel that pass out as he was being taken down to the ground and shoveled it out as Basham was the one who had him down to the ground. "24-yard field goal attempt for Minnesota by Greg Joseph to take the lead. Perfect 2 for 2 tonight from 25 and 40 from the right hash. The snap, the hold, the kick. It is through the uprights for the Vikings as they lead at 16-13. 2:51 left to go in the fourth quarter. They'll have the 2-minute warning remaining as they are north of it right now for the Cowboys with a chance for Cooper Rush to see if he can lead his team downfield coming up. Man, we have seen some rough penalties tonight in this game. Late stages of this matchup, a lot of poor penalties and discipline here. 10 penalties for 86 by the Cowboys tonight. Man, sorry to hear about that, Jose. You would think they would clean it up right now. Because 2 weeks ago, they had 12 penalties for 115 against the Patriots. Just typical Mike McCarthy type of team right there. Just no discipline. At least they don't have Freddie Kitchens as a head coach. Yikes. Right now, they're in double digits once again for penalties tonight for the Cowboys. 10 penalties for 86. Vikings with 4 penalties for 42. And they've got, in this game via penalty, 7 first downs via penalty for the Vikings. They have got more first downs via penalty than passing and rushing. 5 first downs passing tonight by the Vikings. 4 rushing and 7 via penalty. That is just inexcusable for the Cowboys right there. Devon in the stream, welcome in. Man, sorry to hear that about Andrea, that you guys are in your 30s and it didn't work out. So sorry to hear that, man. 2:51 left to go in the fourth. This is a long, booming kick all the way to the back of the end zone, non-returnable. And the Cowboys will take over starting at their own 25. So 2:51 left to go. 2 timeouts remaining for the Cowboys. Vikings with all 3 remaining. Rush tonight. 250 passing yards, outthrowing Kirk Cousins by almost 90 passing yards. 250 through the air by Rush to 162 by Cousins. Rush takes the snap, back to pass, fires left side. That ball is broken up, incomplete. Lamb wanted the flag, couldn't get it. In coverage was Cameron Dantzler, and it brings up a 2nd and 10. Rush going empty backfield. 3 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. From the gun. Rush takes the snap, back to pass. Looks right, fires a deep ball down the right sideline. This ball is juggled. Oh, what a catch made at the 40-yard line. Amari Cooper. Unbelievable. 35-yard grab. What incredible reflexes right there by Amari. Holy smokes, brother. How in the world do you catch that football? 2:15 left to go in the 4th. From the gun, Rush. 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Ball spotted around the 42 of Minnesota. Quick throw to his right, complete. Cooper curls upfield, breaks the tackle. 30-yard line, down the right sideline, 25. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line. Catch of 18 on a reception by Cooper. Back-to-back big grabs. And 2:04 left to play in the 4th quarter. With Dallas on the verge of inside the red zone striking. Playmakers. Amari Cooper. 7 catches for 117 now. One more play before the 2-minute warning from the gun. Rush takes the snap. Back to pass, pump fake. Fires, right sideline. This ball overthrows. As it's incomplete, looking for his tight end, Dalton Schultz. Yeah, I hear you, Jose. So, sorry to hear that, man. I hear you. Yeah, my mom works with children with autism. That's what she does for her full-time job. And she's a paraprofessional. She works with young children with autism. My girlfriend, her brother, has severe autism. He only knows a couple words. So, yeah, it really hits close to home for me as well, because I've had experience myself. And so glad to have you on the channel here. Like, anybody that's any age, any backgrounds, greatly accepted here on the channel. I know that everybody's going through like different stuff in their lives and stuff. I actually got one of my family members that he's living out in the Salvation Army. He's actually homeless for one of my family members, and I haven't seen him in years. And he's an uncle of mine. 2nd and 10 coming up, 2 minutes remaining. Cowboys pass underneath. That ball is dropped on a crosser. Penalty flag comes down. Looking for Noah Brown, who's yet to have a catch tonight. And it was dropped. Minnesota thought they had a fumble recovery, and they won't get it, though. He didn't take enough steps. We'll take a look at the penalty. Cowboys have had 10 penalties tonight. We'll see if this one's on Dallas. That's not enough steps. That football wasn't even in his hands for Brown. He was on a sandwich. And this is on Minnesota. So penalty, 5th of the game by the Vikings. Illegal hands to the face by Harrison Smith, and he has had a rough game. Hands to the face to the tight end, Blake Jarwin, and Smith has been the one that's given up some big chunk plays and soft coverage down the field quite a bit tonight. 1st and 10, ball spot in the red zone. Pass across the middle, complete to the 13-yard line. That is his first catch of the night, number 85, Noah Brown. 2nd down coming up now for the Cowboys. Chance to win the game with 1:35 remaining. They got 2 timeouts. We're getting into that time zone that it's a clock type of game that they are playing. You don't want to allow Kirk Cousins to have enough time to go downfield, but you need to get into the end zone and lead their team to the game-winning touchdown. Rush going empty. 3 receivers bunched up to his left, 2 to his right. Pump fake to the left side. Rush. Pocket collapsing. Keeps on drifting back. Rush off his back foot. Launches to the corner of the end zone. Throws it to the stands. Incomplete. Clock will stop with 1:11 left to play in the 4th quarter. There's a penalty flag down. So we'll take a look at the penalty call. And it's on the Cowboys. Penalty 11 of the night by Dallas. It's holding on the offensive line, Connor Williams, the one who commits the holding penalty, and this will make it a lot tougher to get into the end zone now for the Cowboys. Yeah, I was shocked to see that this is still a primetime game. The past couple weeks, Seahawks, Steelers, Colts, Niners, I was shocked about all these, that they were still primetime games on Sunday Night Football, that none of them have got flexed out yet. 2nd and 13, ball spotted at the 22-yard line of Minnesota from the gun rush. Rush takes the snap. Back to pass, steps up in the pocket, fires underneath, complete to Elliott, and Elliott gets tackled at the that's going to be the 25-yard line, so they had it at the 26. So back a little further. 1:04 left to play. Dallas will burn a timeout. Or no, Minnesota will burn a timeout. So, first charge timeout in the second half for the Vikings. Yeah, Vaughn's got me in fantasy next week. Our big Week 9 matchup. Yeah, I've got a couple of key players injured. I think James Robinson went down for me earlier today. Here's another play that gets blown dead on the 3rd and 16. Third and 16 coming up with 1:04 left to go in the 4th. The biggest play in the game. Rush. Had a 73-yard touchdown pass to Cedric Wilson. 3 receivers lined up to the left side. 1 to the right. Elliott in the backfield lined up to the right of Rush. 2 timeouts both of these teams. 3rd and 11. Takes a snap. Back to pass. Passes underneath, complete to Elliott. Up the field. Bounces off a tackler. Gets the first down to the 5-yard line to catch a 15. Oh! What despicable tackling by Minnesota. And a new set of downs and a chance to win it here for the Cowboys with 55 seconds remaining. Ezekiel Elliott should have been held to a catch of 5 yards on a little simple crossing route underneath, turns upfield, breaks 2 or 3 tackles en route to a 15-yard gain. You gotta be kidding me, Vikings. Terrible. Through a 1 defender, 2 defenders, dragging along with him for an extra 5 yards. Cameron Dantzler to the 5. Oh man, number 55. Oh, dude. Anthony Barman. Come on. First and goal coming up from the 5. What a catch and run by Zeke, shedding tackles along the way, 3 of them. Here's the Cowboys. From the gun, rush, has Elliott lined up to the left side. Watch for him in this situation. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left at the top corner of the screen. That is Cooper. Fade to the left corner. Cooper soars up and grabs it. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, one-on-one coverage at the top corner of the screen. And Cooper Rush dials up a brilliant pass into the end zone. And Cooper now with 8 receptions for 122 yards receiving. Cameron Dantzler again, the one who was dragged along for 5 yards by Elliott on the rush before, happens to be the one that gets burnt in coverage by Cooper. Extra point from the left hash, they will set up Zerline. The snap, the hold, the kick is through the uprights. And Minnesota cannot tie it up into overtime to send it with a field goal. They're going to have to win the game. 4-point game. Cooper Rush may have had his first career start land in a W on the road on Sunday Night Football. He is 51 seconds away from doing so. Minnesota with the biggest possession of the season coming up. With a tough schedule coming up next 2 weeks. Ravens and Chargers. And then they got the Packers after that. This can send them some momentum in the next week if they do go with a W. If not, it could be tough and you could be saying bye-bye to Zimmer in the middle of the season. Especially if you lose to a backup quarterback on the limited time to prepare for this game. They did have the bye week, but they had gone and felt certain that Dak would have been back. And it was a late call for Dak to not play in this game as he was ruled questionable all week. So Rush able to step up, get the starting nod for the first time in his career. And he is by far outplaying Kirk Cousins in this matchup in prime time. Tonight, Cooper Rush, he did have an interception in the first half. He has bounced back, though, tremendously. 24 for 40, 325 passing yards with 2 passing touchdowns in the pick. And Kirk Cousins just 162 passing yards. He had a passing touchdown on the first drive of the game. That was it. They only had 1 touchdown tonight. It was on the opening drive. 1st and 10 starting off at their own 25. Cousins airs out the ball. Or down the right sideline. Thielen grabs it for the catch. Gain of 12. He receives it at the 37. 46 seconds remaining. Vikings out of timeouts. Oh, that's awesome, Jose. That's great, man. Helping out clean the trees at the house right there. 46 seconds remaining. Kirk Cousins. 5 for 14 in his career when trailing and needs a touchdown to tie or take the lead. Cousins takes the snap at his own 37. Pressure coming. Dumps it off. What was that? What was that? 42 seconds left to go. Pressure coming and he just missed a short underneath pass off the mark. What was that? Oof. Yikes. Here we go again. Ball at the 38-yard line. Inside their own territory for the Vikings. Jefferson in motion. From left to right. Cousins takes the snap in the pocket. Whistle blows, and this will be a penalty. False start by the Vikings. Gonna back him up 5 more yards to the 32. Far start charge to Garrett Bradbury, the center. They'll try it again. 2nd and 15. Both of these teams went into overtime last week. This game will not go into overtime. A touchdown to win. Field goal. You don't have a choice to kick it. You need 6 on the board, not 3. Cousins takes the snap back to pass. Fires. Left side complete at the 40. Trying to get to the out-of-bounds marker. Chopped up. And he did not. Tackled inbounds. Could not get out of bounds by KJ Osborne. And the time keeps on running out as Minnesota has 0 timeouts. Ball spotted at their own 39-yard line. 24 seconds left to play. Ooh, yeah, Trayvon Diggs is down at the bench right now, so Diggs is being checked out. Okay, so Dallas has a substitution, so they allowed time for Dallas to get a substitution in here. 20 seconds left to go, clock still rolling. Cousins spikes it as he took like 4 steps back. What is that? You take the snap, boom, you spike it to the ground. He took 4 steps back and spiked the football with 3 seconds going off the clock in the process of doing so. Oh. Gonna have to send up a prayer either way at this rate in this game. Unless you get sacked and it ends that way. Going up against a backup quarterback in your 18 seconds. They're going to put back 2 more seconds on the clock, 20 seconds. So 20 seconds remaining. And miles from their own end zone. Yeah, Trayvon Diggs is right now out of the play. He got his right foot knocked down on a tackle a couple plays ago as Cousins passes right side, tackled and bounces. Conklin, you got to get the ball back to the line of scrimmage. 10 seconds left to go. 9, 8, 7, 6. 4th and 6 coming up for the game. Cousins from the gun, 3 seconds. Back to pass here. Pocket closing up on him. Flushed out to his right. Cousins throws down the right sideline. Incomplete, and the game is over. The Dallas Cowboys, with a backup quarterback, Cooper Rush, and his first ever career NFL start in primetime on Sunday Night Football, has won the game against the Vikings. The Cowboys improved to 6-1 on the season. Rush, the game-winning drive, a fade to the left corner of the end zone with under 1 minute left to go to Amari Cooper, who had a massive game tonight. 8 catches for 122. CeeDee Lamb, 6 catches for 112. And the Minnesota Vikings choke on a big one here tonight, and they lose 20-16. At home as well. Yikes. Both of these teams in opposite directions already have an NFC North winner, basically. And we're not even to the halfway point of the season. Gonna come up on it this week. Yikes. This is the number 2 team in the NFC North. And they just lost to a backup quarterback for the Cowboys. The Vikings 3-4, Cowboys 6-1. That is brutal there for Minnesota. It's not going to be about the offseason of changes. It's going to happen soon, it looks like, for the Cowboys. It's looking like a middle-of-the-season firing for head coach right now. Because that was a pathetic game play by them. Absolutely pathetic. Cooper Rush outpasses Kirk Cousins by 246 passing yards, basically, in this game. It's crazy. Rush finished with 2 touchdown passes, 325 through the air to Kirk Cousins, which is 184. Despite the Cowboys committing 11 penalties as a team, the Vikings got more first downs via penalties than total passing or rushing first downs solo in this game. 7 penalties via first down from penalties for the Vikings, just 6 passing and then 4 rushing. Wow. So that's a wrap, everybody, to this video. This game has gone final here. The Cowboys win it over the Vikings. That happened to be a Sunday night football game at Minnesota. This game wraps up. We're going to close out to the channel members. Thanks so much, everybody, for stopping on by tonight. I'll probably be back most likely, so make sure to ring the notification bell. I'm not sure just yet. It'll probably be most likely Wednesday. I'll probably be back or so. I'm not sure if I'll be back on Tuesday because I'm not sure if I'll be at work usually later at night on Tuesday night. So I'm not sure my schedule just yet. Make sure to ring that notification bell. But before I do sign off, I'm going to shout out here the channel members that we have on the stream, as we have Jason, Aaron, Manon Hayes, Cindy, Rajib, All That Deuce, Russell, D-Block, CW2K, BP, Greg, James, Magic, Oreo Pudding, Reezer, Bino, Mark, Kelly, Mike, Rashad, John, Jessica, Barco, Stephanie, Ahino, Josa, Elkie, and GFR90, Maurice, Christian, Keith, Woody, Warren, Rodolfo, Kit Lorenz, Pamela, Oscar, Isaiah, I Am Ghost. We have a member from Taiwan, Don, Mr. Mundre, Alden, Abdu Rahman, and Patrick. Thanks so much, everybody, for being a part on the stream tonight. Happy Halloween. See you guys later. Thanks so much, and signing off, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday.